Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. Trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can make
speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
get on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, pick the body till we black out. So get the fuck up.
had the chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of Baby, you're not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport here at the halfway mark of the season. We're live for rounds 11 and 12 here at the Zuhui International Circuit in China, near Guangzhou, and a bit of rain around in the forecast tonight, so it's going to be an interesting one to keep our eyes on this forecast. Apologies if there's a few coughs and the voice sounds a bit croaky tonight. The Welsh football earlier got me a bit excited, and I've lost a bit of my voice through screaming at the telly at that one. But I'm here, Matthew Duffin, as always, and in the commentary box with my co-commentator and partner in crime on a Wednesday night, that buzzy boy, aka Liam. Liam, how are you?
I'm all good, Matthew. How about you?
Bar the voice going a little bit, yeah, I don't feel too bad, mate. COVID jab done yesterday, first one in the bag. So the arm's hurting, the voice is going, but we're still going to bring you some great racing. A few drivers missing tonight. NJ and Don Productions away on holiday. Hope they're having a good time. They're missing from tonight. No Alfie due to work. No X-Mart due to work, or Aidan Bennett for that matter as well. Self-soft disconnect, so hopefully he can get back in. He's got 20-minute practice session, then a bit of a qualifying to go before he can get himself in. Yeah, interesting to see this shorter grid tonight, Liam. If Selfsoft gets him back in, there'll be 11 drivers, as he just has issue with my wheel. Sorry, so yeah, you've lost your Welsh accent. Never really had a Welsh accent. I wish I did, but I don't. So therefore, I've got to put it on at times, and it's not the best. But the drivers will be wanting to get out their Self-soft, especially to get some good points. Two drivers taking their double points tonight, so it's going to be an interesting one to see what these guys can do. We'll get to who they are in just a moment, Liam. I'm just going to explain a quick thing. Obviously, those who were in the group would have realised that Dean Wasocki was banned after last week's incident with Kelly. That's been rescinded and has been given as 2 qualifying bans, followed by a 15 championship point deduction for Dean Wasocki. So he can practice, but he cannot qualify for both races tonight. How will that have an effect on him? We'll see later in this one. So 10 runners hoping to get Self-soft back in as runner number 11. And when he's in, and when he's going around, Liam, Porsche, Mercedes or McLaren, because that's all we've got on there tonight. There is no Ferraris because there's no Leon Fernie or Alfie, unless they do turn up in this session. What car's taking your fancy tonight?
I'm going to have to say the Mercedes, purely for how fast that Mercedes is in a straight line. And as we both know, this is more of a straight line kind of circuit.
Indeed it is. Obviously no Audi either tonight with no Don Productions, so what are we expecting from tonight's racing? Are we expecting the close battles that we've seen in the Pro-Am, or what are we expecting tonight?
I think there's going to be a close up-front battle with all the Mercedes, and I think a little bit further behind you're going to have your Porsche and possibly a McLaren find its way through the pack.
We'll keep our eyes on that one. Mercs will be strong here for Pro-Am, says Peaceful in the chat. An evening to Welshie Peaceful. Michael Connolly, Soft Disco in the chat. Fury's granddad, nice to see you here. Tony, good luck to everyone. Go Fury, well done Wells. He says Team Prolapse in the chat. Nice to see you here. Smithy, Daniel Francis, Ariel himself in there as well. New driver on the grid as well for tonight. He's down as the reserve driver for if anybody drops out through the season, and that's Maze Gamer. Nice to see him making his debut here at Simplay Racing tonight for Moroccan Unicorn. in the old orange and black Mercedes. Now, he nearly didn't have that colour if Keegs and Mazda hadn't changed cars, but he's in that livery tonight, and let's see how he can do. He's currently 4th fastest at the moment. Let's see what he can do, though, as he goes along. Currently, BT Target the quickest from Smithy, Argent, Mays, KLF, DJ Phil, Daniel Francis, Stuffs Fury, Nicky, and Dean Wisocki yet to set a lap time. Evening to Fury's mum and Unorthodox, who says, evening, all good luck, come on Fury. And Team Pro Lap says Dan, and with the the rainbow. What we expecting from this man tonight then? Liam Fury leading the championship. Great race last week at Catalonia. He took 2 wins. Are we expecting more of the same from him? He seems to be getting more consistent as the season goes on.
I would say, yeah. I think it like last week for race 1, I think it's going to be a very much so back and forth battle between BT Target and Fiore.
Indeed. So I'm just going to go through the championship standings at the moment, and it is Fury who leads the way, 47 points ahead of Don Productions, with KLF in 3rd place. Can jump above Don tonight, with Don obviously not being here. Don will claim some points back after his drop score, but that'll all be worked out off air after the stream. Nicky's P4 with NJ in 5th place, Alfie in 6th, but obviously them 2 missing tonight leaves them vulnerable to Kieran Argent in P7. DJ Phil Green is 8th, and Dean Wisocki was P9 going into this one. Obviously takes that 15-point deduction, will drop to 11th, which promotes Stove Slough tonight for next Mart into 10th. BT Targa is then 12th with Daniel Francis 13th, Aidan Bennett 14th, Smithy down in 15th place, and Leon Fernie 16th with Mays obviously now 17th in the championship on no points. Forever Ford Racing lead the Constructors title, 43 points clear of Team Prolapse, with Ready Set going P3, 2 points ahead of Lone Wolf Motorsport. Now Dean has faced a 15-point deduction. Team Cool Runnings are then 1 point behind Lone Wolf Motorsport. Can they hit the ground running with Smithy tonight, taking advantage of no Don Productions? Team Pralassi are then behind him with AA3D Printing, MC Motorsport, Piston Broke, and the Moroccan Unicorn bringing up the rear. As Little Eaters in the commentary box. Evening, Craig.
Evening, Matt. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Well, very good. X-Mark, good luck Prolapse and Prolassi. Sorry I'm not there tonight, Simplay. Work got in the way. That's fine. We hope to see you next week. X-Mark and Peaceful Stepdad Mike Matthews. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Peaceful will be hoping that the Merc is strong for tomorrow. What car do you fancy tonight, Craig, around here?
Well, practicing in the week, I would say the Porsche, to be fair. It's quite a steady car around here.
Have you been able to give Smithy any pointers going into this one, or?
Well, he texted me at literally 20 to 8 and said, "Where's your setup?" So I had to quickly come on and send him his setup, and that's about all he's got from me at the minute.
Well, let's see if it can do him well. He's currently P5, so that's not bad for Smithy. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Dean and Stovsoft not yet done a lap. Here is Stovsoft though. Currently on 1. Oh dear. Oh, the throat is hurting tonight. I shouldn't shout it so much at Wales. Oh dear. Dean then not making the taking advantage of this practice session. 11 minutes left of it. MC Motorsport, Liam, the champions in the Constructors in Season 1, not had the best of showing this year in the Porsche. You think they'll go back to Lamborghini next year, or is the Porsche something they're going to work with and stick at for the remainder of this season and maybe next season?
I think it could possibly... It's unsure to show because even though it's halfway through the season, it's still a bit too early to say, yeah, we're not going with this next season. It's more of a thing you'd wait till the end of the season to be like, yeah, I'm going to be in this, or nah, we're not going in this, we're going to go back to Lamborghini, for example.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Stovsoft's coming out the pits once again here. Mays is currently the second quickest guy on track, as BT is the quickest. So it's Merc. Do excuse me, but so it's Merc from Mercedes, Porsche, Mercedes, Porsche, McLaren, Porsche, McLaren at the minute. This is the practice session. 10.5 minutes left of this one before we get ourselves into a 10-minute qualifying that will sort out the grid. Obviously Dean cannot qualify, so there will only be 10 qualifiers in that 10-minute session, and it's a cloudy session at the minute. Craig, does that give the soft tyre a better chance of working in these conditions for the race run with it being quite cloudy, or is it still hards all the way?
It depends really on the track temperature. The hards might work for a few laps and then they'll probably burn off after a little while. Firstly, I'd probably go hards.
Yeah. Well, what will these guys run? That is the question. Soft tyre maybe the choice in qualifying then, with the temperatures a bit cooler. Here is Smithy, who's he's up by a tenth on his time at the minute, flying in the old 144 Leach Motorsport, two-time constructors winning car of last year in season 1. Was in the hands of Little Leach with the yellow wing mirrors, now in the hands of Smithy. Round towards the middle part of the lap he comes, and all these corners here tonight, Liam, they're not fast flowing corners, are they? They're heavy braking zones, sort of a lot of stop starting. You've got to really take your time around these corners. It's easy to lose the rear and get the power down too early. So what do these guys have to do? Patience the name of the game tonight?
I would say yes and no. It's like in any racing, it's just consistency. And obviously, yeah, you want to take your time around these turns. You don't want to lose your rear, but I think consistency is more key here.
As we see Smithy then coming towards the back of the track. Go on, boys, says Ariel Palowski in the chat. And I think the ball's just landed from Bale's penalty, Matt. I think it's still flying, mate, that one, to be fair. But nevertheless, Smithy down the line and 8 tenths down on that lap. But he's still P5. So, I mean, it's not a bad practice session for Smithy. I don't know what's in your setup, Craig, but it seems to be doing wonders at the moment.
No, it does for Smithy, to be fair. I have told him to go hard, but I've literally just texted him and told him something different.
The junior team, if you will, sort of tactics going off there tonight then, maybe.
Well, he's on his own, and he bless him.
Yeah, bless him. Like you will be tomorrow. No Gary tomorrow night. Be a bit
Gary
peaceful,
tomorrow.
that will, I suppose, won't it? Nice and quiet.
Well, yeah. Join the party on my own, it'd be lovely.
Oh, he's probably sat it. I seen the picture of Gary yesterday watching the football on the small telly in the hot tub. He's probably sat there. Hopefully he's tuned in that hot tub on the small telly.
That'd be nice to see him cheering me on, I suppose.
Yeah, I hope he's watching tonight and tomorrow. It'll be nice to see. There's Daniel Francis then for Piston Bro, P6 at the moment. Couple of tenths off the back of Smithy. Daniel was on last night, Liam, with yourself and me for a couple of laps. Seemed to have decent one-lap pace, but putting it together didn't seem to come for him or Kieran, did it? They seemed to struggle in the Mercedes around here.
Yeah, I think that's more to do with the setup, if anything. Maybe the setup is just not that right. Maybe they've put a bit too much less downforce on, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no, yeah.
Too unstable for him to handle.
We'll have to keep our eyes on him. Fury 7 tenths off the pole. KLF 900. Kelly, after an up and down week last week, obviously had that incident with Dean. Currently sits P4, only 9 tenths off the lead as Dan Francis goes P5. A couple of tenths, in fact, near enough a second quicker on his last lap. But here is Kelly, a man who's got a few points to make up tonight with no Don Productions. Don will score, obviously, a few points based off his drop score, which is 15. So if Kelly can get anywhere around the 20 to 25 mark, Kelly should go second in the championship tonight. What do you rate his chances, Craig? Obviously, you drive the Porsche a lot. You've already said the Porsche feels quite nice around here. What do you rate Kelly's chances here?
He's consistent. I reckon he should get 2 top 5 finishes, I'd say.
We'll have to keep our eyes on what he does throughout the session. 6 minutes left then of this 20-minute practice. Guys just fine tweaking the setup, getting a bit of laps under their belt for the guys who's not been able to get much practice in. As you see, Stealth Sloth currently the slowest man on track in terms of the time set, but the slowest man overall is Dean Wasocki, who has not got a single lap in practice yet. And you'd have thought maybe not being able to qualify, Liam, getting that running, getting that sort of warm up, if you will, of a few laps under your belt before the night starts would have helped him, but he's chose to stay in the pits for the practice.
Yeah,
would you have done that?
No, definitely not. Even then, you've got your qualifying ban, you want to be getting out on track, like you say, getting that warm up, because you don't want to go into a race without having that time to get back in the flow with the wheel.
Now I will say tonight that for the Pro-Am guys, pit stop errors have been removed, as we saw at Catalunya and at Donington Park. A few errors costing drivers, so the admin have decided to get rid of the pit stop errors. And then as from next week, there will be a trial in their pit stops going forward for the rest of the season. Obviously the way we run at the minute is if you have to pit before the mandatory pit window, you've got to pit again. For the Pro-Am, we'll be getting rid of that, but that's from next week. Not for this week, that is from next week. The post will be out about that one to explain all. But yeah, trialling something for Season 4 in the Pro-Am. It's kind of gone off some of the driving standards that we've seen in the Pro-Am compared to the Pro, where the Pro's been nice and clean. The Pro-Am at times has been a bit questionable. Not naming names, but it has been a bit questionable at time. Kelly then crossing the line, and no improvement from him. 3.5 seconds down on his best. Argent snuck his way up into third, so he's found a bit of pace from somewhere then. So the top 5 now separated by just under a second. As Argent's coming down the line again, is he going to improve? No, 6.7 down. He was slow a little earlier. What can these guys do? Smithy's now dropped to 7th with Argent going up to 3rd. But I mean, he's 2.6. He's still a bit quicker than Nicky and quite a lot quicker than Phil and Stealth Sloth. He's keeping it on the road as his Maze Gamer going a bit slow, and that looked like Nicky who was going past him. BT Target, the current pole man around here. So like we said, 2 drivers taking their double points tonight. We'll get to them, who they are in the mid-session break. In qualifying 2, 3.5 minutes remain of this first practice. Daniel Francis, I only wasn't leading due to clipping the grass last night. Seemed to remember passing and keeping up with you and Liam. Race setup is solid. So Daniel Francis here then maybe more confident on the race setup than what he is his qualifying setup. But we'll have to keep our eyes on. Consistency is the key, Liam, like you've said. And if anyone's consistent, it's this man. He may not have the outright pace, but he's always there and he's always plugging away, isn't he?
Yeah. That you just got to give drivers that. If they're sat there doing the constant laps, keeping them consistent through your practice and whatnot, can't moan at it.
You can't indeed. How can this man fare tonight? As we say, evening to Holty. Nice to Holty in the chat. Hopefully we can get Holty back in for Season 4. That'd be brilliant to have him back in the on the track in Season 4. That'd be absolutely mega to see. But he'd have been quick round here in the McLaren, that is for sure. DJ Phil then, what's he going to do? He's coming down towards the line and he's going to cross it. Any improvement on his time? No, 1.2 down this lap. Stealth Sloth not managing to get much pace at that post. Looks like he's had a bit of a shunt with the wall here. So I wonder what he's got to do in this one. Not really a downforce track this, Craig, is it? It's quite a low downforce track. You want the best for every single straight that's there. The corners are quite slow, so you don't need that high downforce to get you through them, really, do you?
No, definitely not. No, my setup's quite low on downforce, to be fair.
Yeah, I know Dan's is as well. I'm not going to give away what it is, but I know Dan's running quite a low downforce. So Stealth Soft 2.6 up at the moment. Like and subscribe, guys. Says an Orthodubs in the chat. Yeah, please do. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscription and the bell icon to be notified when we're live, and like the videos every single week, every Wednesday and Thursday. Brand new league starting Friday night, GTEs, in which that Bozzy boy Liam, you'll be taking part in, and don't forget the GT5s, in which Liam commentates on, and me and Craig scrapping away on the track on a Monday night. Stealth Soft's about to cross the line. We'll get one more run in and go 3.6 seconds quicker. He's brought himself round to the back of DJ Phil by a second. Then Maisie's up just a bit on his time, as Fury, Argent, Smithy, Nicky and Dean will not get another lap in. Everybody's pretty much on their last lap. I think there is one driver at the back of the track who will get one last flying lap in. You looking forward to the GT5s, Liam, on Friday night?
GTs.
GTEs, sorry.
Yeah, I'm always looking forward to getting into the car and drive it. Yeah, I'm especially looking forward to it because we've done GT3s for 3 seasons now. After this, I would have thought a 4th. It's just nicer to get into a new car, not be in the same car for however long.
And obviously, you're commentating on the GT5s on a Monday night. How are you finding commentary? And I'll get to Craig in a minute for how he's finding the racing.
Well, questionable for myself at times. I enjoy it, but there's loads of time for me to improve. That's all I'd say.
As Maze Gamer then comes into the pits and calls that one session over. Craig, how are you finding the GT5s? Obviously, new to the Simplay calendar. Obviously, me and you've raced them quite a lot before. How are you finding them?
That's good fun. I really enjoy them cars. They're not the quickest, but you can just throw them around, have a good race with everyone. Everyone's on the same. There's not really a lot you can do on the setup, so it's good fun. Yeah,
everybody around the same pace, aren't they?
Yeah.
Until the two people who's running the league put rain on and it's all twitchy at Donington, but you know.
Yeah, there's always that one.
It is what it is. And DJ Phil, the only man out on track now to complete this session. Evening to Monkey Boy and Daniel Francis. What the hell is the orange and black car doing? Ruined one lap, then pulled over to let him through. And here goes up my ... Hashtag 16 Ford GT to win the GTE, says Unorthodox. So we'll have to keep our eyes on Unorthodox in that one. Wonder who is driving that one, Dan, says Tony. And practice session is done then. BT Targa, the quickest man in that. And we're going to get ready now for the 10-minute qualifying. When somebody's able to press ready up, that is, because I had to go back out to resend invites. So just waiting on somebody to ready us up. Craig, who's your money on for pole?
Pole, probably Fury.
Oh, good shout, good shout. I can tell you that Fury has never not been on the front row of the grid. He averages second. 3 seconds, 3 poles in qualifying 1. As we are awaiting somebody to ready this up. There we go then. So someone has pressed it. So here we go with qualifying. Liam, your tip for pole?
I'm going to have to go with BT Targa. As much as Fury is a favourite for the championship, I just think BT Targa's just got that extra push in him to get that extra couple seconds, maybe couple tenths, should I say.
Well, since BT Targa's been in, he has taken 2 pole positions off of Fury in the qualifying ones. Average of first place, obviously he's only done 2 qualifying ones, this will be his 3rd, so his average will start to, well, unless he gets pole again, it will stay first. But Fury not been off the front row of the grid. Can Maze Gamer or Argent spoil that one? What about Daniel Francis, KLF or Smithy? All looking very quick. Remember, Dean Wisocki cannot qualify here. He's got 9 minutes to prepare himself and get ready for the race. Make sure everything's loaded, make sure everything's set up correctly, and get himself prepared for this one then, as we're on board KLF. So 11 drivers out here. A bit shorter grid tonight. A few drivers unable to make it. Work and holidays. Little Each You Legend, says Smithy. Maze Gamer for pole, says Unorthodox. So Dan going for Maze Gamer then, the debutant. And whatever you've texted Smithy, Craig, you're a legend.
That's the Smithy we like.
He loves it, doesn't he? He absolutely loves it.
He loves it.
Never hear him call Carrie a legend. It's always Little Each You Legend. Dean Wasaki. Go on, sorry.
He just loves it.
He does. Dean Wasaki, how many laps? 19 laps, Dean. 19 laps. 20 people watching, 17 likes. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And more races like this. The Pro Group on track, 8 PM BST tomorrow night for the Pro Series round Zuhui. And then Friday night, GTE, 8 PM BST round Oscherschlaben A. Myself and Big Boy Brazy will be taking you through that one as Maze comes out the pits. 7 minutes 48 remaining on the clock. Nicky still sat in the pits at the minute. You want a few qualifying stats, Liam? You do, don't you? Argent averages P6 in qualifying ones with a 3rd place as his best in Q1. That came last week at Catalonia. While we've got Sloth, who only averages P12. So struggling down the opposite end of the grid with a best of 9th place. He can get better than that tonight with a decent qualifying. Obviously 10 drives out there, a bit easier for him to get that one. And the lowest he can start will be 10th. KLF, who's third in the championship, averages 7th place with a 5th place as his best in Q1. So the third row start, best for Kelly in qualifying 1. Can he improve on that one tonight then? Smithy averages P12 in qualifying with a best of 8th place. So what can Smithy do about that one tonight? Dan Francis as well. Where is he? He averages P5 with a best of 4th. Daniel Francis's qualifying's 4th, 6th, 4th, 5th, 4th. So he's been quite consistent, just not had that pace to break into the top 3 or the front row of the grid. But only started outside the front row, the second row, sorry, on 2 occasions. He's been on the 3rd row of the grid. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for him. Argent as well. Best of 3rd. He's had a 3rd and a 4th in the last 2 races at Catalonia and Donington in round 1 of qualifying. 2 8th places and couldn't qualify for Daytona. Meant that he's not had his best season in Q1s. His Q2s are quite good as well. He got a pole last week in Q2. So everybody's on track who is allowed to be. BT Targa banging in a 33.3 straight away, right on the pace from the word go. Not hanging about here. 6 minutes left already in qualifying. So BT Targa is straight on it. Solstoff's currently second, ahead of Smithy by 0.3 of a second. KLF and Dan Francis just getting themselves a banker lap in. Argent has had to dive into the pit, so that is not where he would want to be with 5.5 minutes on the clock. Maze Gamer Nicky and DJ Phil start on track, as is Fury. Now, where is Fury? Because he's not yet done a lap. Here's KLF. Fury's there. Where's that? That's just the exit of... We're coming up to Sector 2. Get the track map on, Liam, and we'll be able to see what sector we're at. Bang. So yeah, just coming up to Sector 2 then. So what can Fury do? DJ Phil's currently gone 2nd place. 4 seconds off of the leader, BT Targa. But I expect that one to change, I imagine, as Argent still only just got out of the pits. 5 minutes 13 remaining. Argent has seriously now got to put some laps on the board as Fury goes a little deep there. Maze behind him. Nicky and Argent the only 2 now to not do a lap time. Just waiting on the others to see if their laps are going to come down any as we go along. Somebody's just coming down the start straight. Maze Game has been purple through sectors 1 and 2 as well, according to my phone. BT's called it back into the pit lane then. DJ Phil Green, the last one on a lap. Where's Maze Gamer? Because he was flying. In fact, he has flown. He's gone P1. Purple overall. A 32.4. 9/10 of a second quicker than BT Targa as Stelsoft's gone into P3. Nicky's on a personal best lap, as is KLF. Smithy's gone 5th with a personal best lap as well. Nicky just goes up into 4th. Fury quickest through that final sector. KLF's gone up into 3rd place with a personal best lap from himself, and Maze Gamer as well. Green in sector 1, so setting the personal best times still here. And I mean, at the moment, Argent still doesn't have a lap on the board. He is green and green personal best through sectors 1 and 2, but that's because he's not got a lap yet. DJ Phil, Fury, Smithy, Stealth Sloth, Daniel Francis, everybody still improving on their first runs here. Dan in the pits. BT Targa's out the pits. Daniel Francis is in the pit lane then. Oh, Smithy a bit wide onto the grass there. He'll want to get that one resorted as he is down in 7th currently at the moment. And with Argent getting a lap in, that should put Dean Wasaki down to 11th. Argent has now got a lap in, 9 seconds off the pace. Stealth Sloth's gone back to the pits with 3.5 minutes remaining. Fury, though, 2 personal best sectors down in P9 at the minute. Where's Fury going to go?
Where's Fury?
3 minutes 22. He's coming around the final corner now. Green in sector 1, green in sector 2. And down the start-finish straight he goes. Is he going to be up on his time enough to move himself into that top 3? He goes second, so he's gone into P2. That front row start still for Fury. He's caught it straight back into the pits. So is he going to have one more run at this? Phil, Argent, green in sector 1. BT Targa, though, green in sector 1 and 2. Needs just a 10th to beat Fury and knock him off of his perch. He's coming round towards the final corner now. No improvements for KLF or Nicky this time around, as Fury still in the pit lane. In fact, I think he's coming towards the end of the pits. BT Targa then is on a decent lap. What's he going to be as he crosses the line? Down. So
must be an out lap.
Green in sectors 1 and 2 on the timing screens on my phone. Kieran as well, he's green through sector 1 and 2. So here's Argent down in P10. Surely he'll want to beat his teammate to a front row grid start here. Dean will then start 11th place. His best is 7th in Q1. Average is P9 even with that 11th place. Here comes Argent then, green and green. How much can he improve by? Nicky, who's gone into the pits with 2 minutes left on the clock. Argent crosses the line and finds 6 seconds, puts him on the second row in P4. Smithy's in the pits, as is Nicky. They all want to come out the pits as soon as possible then. Where is Fury? He's on an out lap. BT Targa green in sector 1, Nicky green in sector 1, but Nicky's in the pits. DJ Phil as well in that pit lane. And I don't think... Oh, Daniel Francis there, very, very wide. Not quicker through sector 1. Oh, and Stowe Slough, bit of a wiggle at the end for Stowe Slough. He may bring that back to the pits. BT Targa here, green and green through sector 1 again. Is he going to manage to get out third place off of Fury then? Stowe Slough, Smithy and DJ Phil are all done for qualifying. So that is them done.
Oh.
So Stowe Slough will start P8. That will be his best. Smithy will start 9th. And at DJ Phil down in P10. Here comes KLF. BT Targa just in the background. Kelly doesn't improve this time around. What can BT do just behind him? Oh, no improvement again. Argent very slidey through that final corner, so he's not going to improve this lap. He's going to have to go again here. DJ Phil has come out the pits. There's not enough time for him to do a lap with only 55 seconds remaining here. And I'll tell you what, that lap from May's game with Craig is an absolute cracking one.
Very good lap from him, yeah.
Nicky, what can he do? No times are improving at the minute. Everybody not doing personal best through sectors 1 here. Here is Mays, crosses the line, no improvement. Argent and BT Targa have gone back to the pits then. So Nicky, KLF, Daniel Francis and Mays, what can they do? Nicky will be the next man to cross the line. DJ Phil's gone out there. Maybe he's just making sure that race setup feels nice. What can Nicky do from P7? 12 seconds remaining. I don't think he'll get to the line in time. No, he won't. And it sounds like he's backed out of that one. He has. He's coming to the pit. So Nicky then will start 7th on the grid. Not where he'd have wanted to be. Daniel Francis then P4 currently. Can he improve his time? There is a car ahead of Daniel Francis. That will be Fury, I reckon. Oh, Daniel just getting that wrong. What's Fury going to do, Liam? Because he's the next man to finish a lap. Can he find the 8 tenths? No improvement sector 1, but a big improvement sector 2. He was green in it. He's coming around the final couple of corners now. Daniel Francis and Mace Gamer. KLF into the pit, so he will start P6. Argent will only start 5th place. There then, Daniel Francis 4th. Can he improve anywhere to get near BT Targa? What can Fury do? Can he get another pole? No. Can't do it. Daniel Francis pits for 4th. So Fury 2nd. Mace Gamer on his debut then will take pole position. Daniel Francis again, another second row appearance. BT Targa down in 3rd now. And Mace Gamer with a P1. Great start to their qualifying and a great start to the night here. Doesn't really need to improve. Was purple sector 1, so he really was flying. Just looking at the comments, I'm right so far on Orthodox. Craig, what do you think your chances are to get the team's championship for a 3rd season in a row, says Beth?
I'd like to say easy as it has been, but I feel that someone might put a challenge on us this year, but I think it's doable.
Doable then. Disco saying 32.4 is quick. That record is a 31.3. 32.4 is League 1 level. Not fair, says Daniel Francis. Yeah, that's rapid. Unfortunately, when League 1's full, you have to get these drivers in. That's the way it has to go at times. But Mays and P1, Daniel P4, 5 Mercedes leading the way. Then it's all Porsches, and then it's the 2 McLarens. We are waiting for whoever to ready up. Do I get a point for getting the pole right? Well done, Mays. No, you don't, Dan. You don't get no extra points this week. He is. It sounds desperate for points, doesn't he? It sounds worried. Sounds worried. So BT Targa averages P2 now. So does Fury in this one. We are waiting for somebody to ready up.
There they go.
And there we go. So 11 drivers on the grid. What can these guys do here? Tip for the win, Craig?
Looking at that pace, it's got to be the man on pole.
Liam?
I'd have to say the same, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one. So everybody get your comments in below, but we know what the Pro-Am's like. It may not be that man on pole. It's alright. It's alright having one lap pace. We'll see what his race pace is in a minute. Damn, says Dan. No, says Fury's granddad to the extra point for Dan. And as we're about to get underway, anybody making their 50th appearances tonight? Jamie made his last week. I forgot to mention that one. Dean made his Monday night. No one in the Pro-Am making their 50th appearance. Next person in the Pro-Am is Fury. In 10 races starts will make his 50th appearance. Liam, you make yours this week, as does Monkey Boy.
Yeah.
Big achievement for yourself.
If I'm correct, it should be on the GTEs as well.
GTE, yeah, Friday night. First race.
Yep, I'm going to have to show my worth in the GTEs then.
Jamie Brazier, can I have a sympathy point? No. It's been 3 seasons of dodgy Wi-Fi. No one feels sorry for you at this point.
So I feel sorry for him.
You've got to, though. You're his teammate.
Yep, exactly.
Daniel Francis for the win says for the win. Whoever's first into the 4th corner. Interesting one. Disco Face, or Neil as he's called. Can't see past Mace for this win, but BT will run strong. Indeed, BT will. Xmart will gain his drop score tonight, so he'll gain a few points back. He'll gain 20 points back from Donington, as will the likes of NJ and Don. They'll gain some points back. In fact, as will a few others who aren't here tonight as well. Aidan Bennett will gain a couple. We'll have to wait to see as everybody's syncing up. Everybody is on the grid. The lights are on here then, and it's going to be green for round 11, and it is green. Who gets the best getaway? Look at the Porsches in the background. They all seem to get a great launch. The Mercedes-Benz seem to struggle off the start. Stealth Sloth has got a great run past Daniel Francis already heading into turn 1. Dean at the back and DJ Phil not getting off the line too well. Mays forced a bit wide there from Fury, but we're all within the laws of the racing. Daniel Francis from 4th to 2nd. If he's not going to challenge for the lead, no, backs off and lets Mays have that one. Fury around the outside. He'll have the inside line into turn 2. 3 pretty much coming straight up. And Mays is pretty much already gone here. And Daniel leading then. KLF, cracking start from him. What happened to BT? He's down in 8th. So not the start he'd have wanted. In fact, what's happened to Nicky and Dean as well? Because they're all way back when. Not sure what's happened with them two. Dean looked like he's got a bit of damage on the front of his car there. So I'm not sure what did happen. But DJ Phil, Smithy and Argent all having a little midfield scrap already here. Mays has gone. Daniel Francis is up to P3, and here goes DJ Phil looking for a move on Smithy. Rubs up the inside. BT's going to try and make it 3 wide into 1. Smithy just touching Phil, who just touches BT, and Smithy loses out 2 places there in that one corner. But on the back of Phil and pushing hard to get back ahead of that McLaren driver, as Argent's gone up front, P5. He's got Kelly just in his sights, who's got Daniel Francis in front of him. Mays, though, already a second and a half ahead of Fury, has checked out early doors, and it was a bit clean there at the start. We didn't see what happened to Dean and Nicky, Craig, but nice and clean at the start.
Well, look, I'm only on about corner 4, so I'm quite delayed.
All right, fair enough. Monkey Boy, can I have a point for driving the Acura of the first season? You can win the league for driving the Acura. Come on, Dad, stay clean and on track, says Dan as well. As he's got, in fact, what has happened to Mays? He's made a mistake somewhere. Argent's pulled out to have a look up the inside of Mays into turn 1, but Mays game are making a mistake somewhere then, and that's allowed Fury to take the lead. Daniel up into 2nd, and Kelly's now 3rd. Smithy's got back ahead of DJ Phil, so is Stealth Sloth on the timing screens as well. Then Dean, 20 seconds down already. Has he had another mistake? Because Nicky's right on the back, and Argent looking quite racy with Mays gamer there.
He's just gone straight in background.
Didn't quite see that one. It's Fury from Dan, from KLF, from Mays Gamer, Argent then, who's made a mistake. Mays just looks a bit squarely under the brakes there then, and Kelly looking consistent on the back of Dan. He's having a look there, you see, in front of Mays Gamer. Kelly just having a bit of a look on Daniel Francis, just in front of the orange Mercedes. Is he going to look here? Mays again on the brakes, just that car moving around quite a bit here then. Dean already 10 seconds off the back of BT. Now what's happened to BT, because he was behind Argent a minute ago. He's had a huge off.
Oh.
He's gone off somewhere. He's gone wide somewhere. Oh, that's Stealth off. Yeah, that's Stealth off and DJ Phil pushing each other off the track there then. And I think Smithy may have got caught up in that because he lost out to BT Targa. Looked a bit slow. Smithy then. Is he having a look at BT? No, it's just a bit too far back. I thought he was going to sooty send one there into that corner, but a bit too far back to get that one done late on the brakes. And Dean now being able to catch up to the back of a few cars maybe. Daniel Francis has lost 2 places. 1 to Mays Gamer, 1 to KLF. But KLF has also lost a place to Mays game then. So Kelly stays third. Daniel Francis on his rear. Late on the brakes, down into turn one. Kelly gives him plenty of room, and Daniel just outbraked himself a little, and manages
Just
not to catch the side
avoid
of Kelly. Yeah, brilliantly done. That was Argent, I think, who's gone off as well. Ran wide at turn one. Indeed, he's just rejoining. So where is Nicky and BT to get up to him? The Mercedes struggling on the brakes here, Liam.
That I can agree with. It's just probably all that speed they're carrying going down the straight, which is making it so much harder for him to stop.
Speak of the devil. Evening, lads. Come on, Smithy. He's in the chat. Probably in the Octub, Craig, but he's in the chat.
He is.
He's Gary. He's loving it. DJ Phil then work to do after the incident with Stealth Soft. There in the background you see Dean with his lights on. What can he do from here? Craig, what do you make to the Mercedes at the minute? They seem to be struggling under the braking.
They're very tidy on the old braking. Don't seem too stable.
No, it's not looking good if you're Peaceful and Monkey Boy for tomorrow night. That is for sure. But DJ Phil will want to get back ahead of Stealth Soft. Dean in the background will want to just catch the back of these two after his poor first lap. Now, what's happened to Mays? Another problem for Mays. He's dropped down to P5 again here, and if that's another error on the brakes for the Mercedes, then bar Fury, I think at one stage, all four Mercedes have had a moment. Kelly's now second, a couple of seconds clear of Dan Francis. Excuse me. And this is really, these Mercedes here are really up and down the order. Mays game then through the last corner, down the straight. Where's Argent? There's Argent. Oh, BT in the background, and Smithy's going to come flying past him. P6 is Smithy. I'll tell you what, your setup's working because he's keeping it on the track. He's running P6. Nicky's got past BT as well. And Mays just struggling on the brakes, Liam. These Mercedes do not look good round here at all.
Yeah, maybe it shows a bit of signs that the Mercedes lot may struggle tomorrow.
We'll have to keep our eyes on that. Argent's deep at turn 2. Mays has a bit of a wiggle coming through 3. And Argent here then is just losing time. Bar Daniel Francis and Fury, they're the two that are keeping the Mercedes on the track at the moment. Dan Francis has run a bit deep at times, and Mays looking up the inside, but has outbraked himself somehow. Managed to keep hold of that car that was sideways and gets past Argent there. Argent gave him plenty of room. And Mays back up into 4th. At the moment has clearly got the pace but just cannot put it together. Mon that Wales lad, not sure what Aidan said there, but Stealth Soft driver of the day he said already. He's down in 10th at the minute. In fact, he's just got 9th from DJ Phil. Dean Wisoki's gaining on the back of them as Mazen on the brakes again. There's BT Target down in 8th place trying to catch Nicky with Smithy just in front of the pair of him. On the brakes is Smithy. Go on.
Mays' car does look a bit battered up. If
Mays isn't there.
No, not there. I'm saying.
Oh, right.
His car looks a bit battered up.
I did think that, you know, Argent's taking an unusual line out the final corner down the start straight. I did think that with Mays. As Smithy then loses 2 places to BT and Nicky. Then he just looked like he had a bit of a mistake coming out one of the corners, and instead of being in the slipstream, he's pulled out wide. They've already gapped him a little. Here comes BT Targa up the inside of Nicky. Both part of the Team Pro Laps roster. But one running as Team Pro Lassie, one running as Team Pro Laps. Nicky, obviously the Pro Laps driver, who's been here all season. Bit of a wiggle as he tried to get back up the inside of BT. And Smithy's right on the back of these guys. So any mistakes from these two, and Smithy will be right up the inside. DJ Phil is into the pit. Now, just go on DJ Phil for me a second, because I think that's lap 4. It is, so Phil has got to pit again here. Phil will definitely have to pit again. Pit window was lap 5, so Phil has to pit again. Pit window's open at the end of this lap. Oh, and Daniel Francis! Oh, he's had a huge off. He's pretty much had to go round the roundabout and back on BT's car. Look at it from that angle. It does look a mess from that angle. He's got some damage on that car. And Daniel Francis there will be kicking himself. Was running in a good P3. Will be kicking himself at that mistake. Now then, Nicky trying to chase BT. Has got Smithy not far off the back of him here. And DJ Phil's going to be a lap down and will have to pit again. Fury then at the minute is looking to make this win number 8 of the season out of 11. He's on fire at the minute, is Fury. And Daniel Francis, you have to feel sorry for Daniel Francis there, Craig, don't you? As he's just done that error all on his own by touching the grass.
Yeah, a slight clip. That's the trouble with the curbs around here. As soon as you hit them, you can't really stop the car from going. To be fair.
Smithy then was wide on the penultimate corner a lap ago, as he's the first one into the pits then at the end of lap 6. So Smithy, the first one to pit at the end of lap 5. Sorry, start of lap 6, end of lap 5. So DJ Phil. Oh, we've lost DJ Phil. So DJ Phil is retired here. What a shame for DJ Phil. That is his first retirement of the season, not made three-quarter distance, so he won't score a point then. What a shame for DJ Phil. Smithy then the first man in the pits, and therefore is last at this moment in time. DJ Phil, what a shame for him. But here comes Dean, gaining on the back of Stealth Sloth here. He looks like he's got a bit of damage to the front of his car, but he's gaining on the back of Stealth Sloth. And is he going to make this manoeuvre then, Dean? He's pulled out to the left. That's going to be the inside line for the corner. And Stealth Sloth just cuts him off there. Dean getting off the power, you heard. Didn't go for that move. Now he's going to go for it. He's going to try around the outside a lot later on the brakes. Can he get that cut back? No. Going to try and hang it around the outside. Can't get it done there, can Dean. Still on the back of Stealth Sloth at the minute, though. Lap 6 of 19. Smithy out the pits. And is about 15 seconds behind these two. Dean Wysocki then is really trying to get past Stealth Sloth, and he's really pushing that McLaren, working hard. Stealth Sloth wide there, and Dean again getting a good run out the corner, trying to get back on the rear end of that Porsche. The McLaren not doing bad now. Dean on his own with DJ Phil retiring in this race, so he's not got the help of his teammate here. Damage, says Smithy. That's what he's put when he was in the pit, so maybe a bit longer pit stop than what he'd have liked. Not like DJ to retire. Indeed, it's not Tony, as Stealth Sloth has a huge wiggle out the corner there. And Dean at the minute just patiently waiting and waiting and waiting, and has a look. Doesn't think about the left-hand bend here then. Is he going to look up the inside in the final corner? No. Backs off of that one again. And he's just patient, this from Dean. Stealth Sloth's wide, and Dean capitalises. Up the inside he goes. Very patient driving from Dean there, Liam. And he's now got the move done.
Yeah. In this race, Dean will be wanting all the positions he can just to get all his points back that he's lost due to obviously getting his 15-point deduction and obviously having the qualifying ban.
For Dean to get his points back here, he needs a third place. I mean, what he's scoring at the minute, 8th, will get him back 8 of the 15 points, but he's not really gaining anything. Although 2 8th places will gain him a point from today's round effectively, but he'll want a few more points than that one. And Nicky then is 15 seconds up the road. And if you was Dean, would you pit early, Craig? Because you can't, even though you can't qualify for race 2, would you pit early, or would you just wait till the very end and see what everybody else does?
I'd probably wait, to be fair. Yeah.
We'll have to keep our eyes on what he does in that race then. DJ Phil had too much damage. That's what's happened there. So what a shame for DJ Phil. Here goes Maze Gamer on Kelly then. That is for P2 and 3. Maze Gamer back across the front of Kelly, under braking. That Mercedes, whose rear steps out again here, is just ever so twitchy on the brakes. Kelly just a flash of the lights there to Maze Gamer. Good racing, Dean. That's better from Dan. Nice and patient, Dean, says Jamie. Maze Gamer really sending some moves here, but just very squirrely on the brakes, Liam.
Yeah. I think that's more in the nature of the track, to be fair. Maybe the setup, I think it's more to the nature of the track, since we are seeing quite a lot of the Mercedes actually being quite squirrely on braking.
Indeed, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that one as it goes along. Stealth Sloth into the pits at the end of lap 7. So Smithy, what can he do? Stealth Sloth a bit of damage to repair. Smithy's already coming down the straight, so that'll be P9 for Smithy then. DJ Phil retiring, so it'll be a top 10 for Smithy in this one. Excuse me, what is Smithy's best result this season? Let's have a look. He's actually got a P9 to his name, so P9, his best finish of the season. So can Smithy get his best result here today? Stealth Sloth, in fact, was coming out the pits and is behind Smithy then. So Stealth Sloth, job done. Now Nicky on the back of Daniel Francis, who's got pace but made that one mistake early doors that's cost him a few places in this one at the minute. Nicky then 17 seconds ahead of Dean. What can he do in terms of Daniel Francis? Everybody's still got to pit there though, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. The Prolapse Porsche nicely going here if you're Kelly. Nicky will just want to get a move on and make a few more places.
Yeah.
No, Nicky, in fact, speaking of Nicky, he's coming into the pits, Liam.
Oh. So maybe
going for the undercut.
Yeah.
Now,
This may be where Dean could get some time to Nicky. Maybe not pass him, but maybe just catch up a bit to him.
Well, I mean, Dean should get past, I'd imagine, through the pit stop. But what does Dean do? Does Dean think, you know what, I'm going to come in now and copy Nicky, seeing as Nicky's the car he's chasing down? 7 seconds back to Smithy. So has Dean made a mistake? Because his gap back to Smithy was a lot bigger than that earlier, and it's now 7 seconds. So I reckon Dean may have made a mistake somewhere. Smithy is there then. Dean's not in the pits. Dean's going to be racing Nicky on the way out then. I think Nicky's just got enough to stay in front of Dean. Yes, he has. Look, there is Smithy in the background. So, a 1:46 last lap for Dean. So, yeah, Dean having a really scruffy lap, and Stealth's off in the pits again. So his race has gone from bad to worse. And if you're Smithy, that's only positive news with your pit stop done. Been consistent tonight, Craig, as Smithy. He's not really lost the car as much as we've seen in recent races.
Well, that's my setup and not Gary's, I suppose.
There you go, Smithy. Get Craig to do your setup every week. Nice and patient Mays then. 5.6 off the back of the leader. He's pulled away from KLF, but has damage to his Mercedes. Will he get that repaired? There's Fury at the bottom of your screen, with Mays in the middle, and KLF at the back. We've not seen much of Fury tonight, Liam. He's just gone antis. He's about to lap Stealth Sloth.
Yeah.
What track is next week, says Aidan Bennett? The next week track, Silverstone GP circuit. Not seen that since the opening round at Simplay Motorsport Season 1. As Stealth Sloth moves out the way then, and Daniel Francis in the pits at the end of lap 9. Yep, Silverstone GP for the for next week for the Pro-Am and the Pro. A track which Craig remembers quite nicely. Was in the lead of the race and saw a Mercedes fly past him as if he was standing still.
I told you, I stalled my engine, man.
Crying, thrown away a podium, I think, says Daniel Francis in the chat. Long way to go still yet. We're on lap 10 of 19, and there is still race 2 to go with 11 starters here. That means only the top 5 qualify for the next race, so Dan Francis will get the chance to have 2 qualify. And for Fury then, he is working hard. 7.3, so Mays has lost a bit of time to Fury somewhere on track. Kelly's only a couple of seconds behind him. What can Kelly do here? Here's Nicky then. He's pitted and is still behind Daniel Francis, who is pitted. That gap's pretty much as it was. Dean's 2.7 off the back of Nicky. There's Dean in the background. Was quicker than Nicky on the last lap. But Dean has to pit. Will Dean lose that? Stealth Sloth's in the pits again here. Oh, Stealth Sloth's race has gone from bad to worse. What a shame for him. A real shame. P10, so I mean he's still going to get some decent points, but that's guaranteeing Smithy of 9th place at the minute. Got to get to lap 14 to score points. We're on lap 11 is the leader. Stealth Sloth will be on lap 10. Argent in the pit at the end of lap 10. So Argent coming in for his stop. BT, KLF, Mays, Fury, Dean Wysocki, the car's still to pit here. Now, Daniel Francis. Keep an eye on that white dot that's just now moving away out the pit lane. Daniel Francis coming around that final corner. Come on, Smithy, get in there, says Ariel in the chat as well. And there's Daniel Francis. Keep an eye on Argent. He's away now, but has Daniel jumped Kieran in the pits? I think he has, you know. I think Kieran, I think Kieran may lose out to Nicky as well, and he has done, you know. So Kieran losing 2 places in the pit stops there. Dan back up into P5, and he's going great guns at the minute. And this little 3-way battle could be one to watch for the rest of this race. Mercedes, Porsche, Mercedes. 3 different teams, 3 different drivers. Dan Francis just getting his line a bit wrong through there. Kieran getting a good run on the back of the Team Prolapse car of Nicky. Dean Wysocki in the background there. Not able to be on the back of this pack and still has to pit. Here goes Kieran looking for a move up the inside of Nick. Oh, and he's braked way too late and has tapped the rear of Daniel Francis. And I tell you what, you don't want to see that, do you?
No.
This has really allowed Dean onto the back of the... Sorry, Liam, what was you going to say?
Daniel Francis is going to be very frustrated with that one, and
rightly so.
Not much you can really do to a bit of the car not stopping in time. You could break that little bit earlier, but except from that, there's not really much else you can do about it.
No, but rightly so that he'll be frustrated with this. This allowed Dean onto the back of these guys. Dean's still got to pit, So it's not like Dean's going to be able to get these. He's got to get them and pull away, although he's not the quickest through there. Argent now back onto the rear end of Daniel Francis, who's now lost a place to Nicky and has let Nicky go. Silverstone is next, says Jamie Brazier, in response to Aidan Bennett. Now the question is, Liam, as well, as I think Craig's seen the incident. Yeah, Craig, what did you make to that incident?
He could. It was a bit dodgy to do it there, but he could have probably made it work.
Goes for the late break again, does Argent, and he's well wide at the exit to turn 1, and Daniel Francis, easy as you like up the inside. In fact, Dean, did he let off the power there? I don't know. Dean just didn't seem to get through there at all. He didn't seem like... I don't know what Dean was doing there. He just didn't seem like he wanted to get past Kieran, but either way, that's that one. Kieran's had another moment, and Dean's gone through. Kieran's struggling in this Mercedes and to back in this race. If he keeps making mistakes like that, Dean could get enough of a gap that he could pit. But I mean, lap 12 of 19, they've all still got to pit as Dean and Mays, KLF, Fury, BT Target. Nicky then comfortably P5. Dan's now comfortably 6th. Argent's on the grass again. Wow, he's struggling. He's really struggling here, Liam.
Yeah. It's hard to really say anything about it. It's just... It may be the car, maybe be the setup, maybe even just be the driver itself just can't handle the car.
He just gets the feeling, I get the feeling with him that he's overdriving it a little bit as Dean coming round then. The final hairpin before he heads down towards the final corner. Yeah, I just get the feeling that Argent's just overdriving the car a little bit here. And that's not working for him. BT's 2 seconds off the back of KLF. There is BT. Difficult start to this race, but seems to have got into a rhythm now. May's game has gone from KLF, and he's only 4.5 off the back of Fury, but the top 4 still to pit. So is Dean Wysocki. And May's then coming up to lap Smithy here, who, if Argent keeps having problems, in fact, yeah, if Argent keeps having problems, Smithy could be on the back of him sooner rather than later. I know they're at turn 1, and Smithy's only at the top end of the track, but Smithy here... In fact, has Argent had... No, I think Dean's now had a mistake lower down the track. Dean's had a big off somewhere. Ooh. He's still got to pit.
Yeah, I wonder if he got any damage from maybe an off that he might have hit the wall or anything.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to keep our eyes on here. Fury 4 seconds out in front. Daniel Francis a bit deep. BT then into the pits at the end of lap 13, so he's coming for his stop. So just Fury, Mays, KLF and Dean then 2 pit. I tell you what, Smithy could be on for a P8 in this one, especially if Argent keeps making some mistakes, maybe even a P7. Argent all over the grass there. You don't want to be on the grass. Gets it round now. Daniel Francis has got Argent coming at him once again here now. I wonder if these two have a bit of damage from the contact they made earlier. Mercedes and Mercedes, 2 different teams. The Gulf livery of Daniel Francis and the blue Hot Wheels livery of Kieran Argent. Forever forward versus piston broke. Daniel Francis will have the inside line here. Kieran may just want to wait until the start straight. Nicky's up the road a little bit as BT Targa hasn't lost a single position in the pit, so in and out as easy as you like for BT Target.
Oh, this Kieran's going on.
Yeah, he's going to have a look here into turn 1. Yep. Can he get his braking right this time, or is it too deep again? He gets it done, but Daniel Francis looking for the cutback there, just couldn't make it work. Kieran managing to get the car stopped in time. Come on, Smithy lad, says Sutty in the chat. Evening to Sutty, nice to see him here. Daniel Francis pushing and working hard down towards the left-hander. Can't get close enough to Kieran this time. Oh, just a bit of a wiggle from Daniel there. Can't get that one done there then. Dean still to pit. He's 6 seconds off the back of this battle then. He's only 24 seconds up the road from Smithy. Oh, Dean! Lights Dean. Up the rears. Slides off. He's got his wipers on. It's definitely not raining. Yeah, I mean, I can't see no... Rain is a forecast, but I can't see no rain around. But Dean at the minute, and bit of a loss of the rear. And that is really going to ruin his chances of finishing in that top 8 places. Because Smithy behind will be attacking him after that round of pit stops. Daniel Francis, bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, they're the kind of mistakes you just want to cut out.
Yeah.
But in a race, it's kind of inevitable that you may twitch, spin, or something in a race. Yeah, in most races you may have a bit of a twitch or something, but in others you should be fine. You just got to make sure those ones that you do spin in, you try and make up as many positions back as what you did.
Yeah. Craig Dean there just lighting up the rears too early, do you reckon, as he lost the car?
Yeah. Yeah, especially he was spurring his tyres up as he spun coming back onto the track as well, which won't help in a couple of laps.
Now, this should really help Smithy, shouldn't it? As Fury comes in. Dean, I think, as well. A late dive into the pits at the end of lap 14, end of lap 15 for these two. So Fury and Dean then both into the pit lane. Now, Maze Gamer will stay out and inherit the race lead. Where's Smithy? Let's keep our eyes on Smithy here, because we know Maze has inherited the lead. So where is Smithy? Dean is the white dot, currently sat on the start straight in the pits. The red dot that's moving, that's Fury, the lapped car who's away. Oh, Smithy!
Smithy!
He's lit up the rears, and I tell you what, a full 360 to get back round. Dean is now away out the pits, and he's just lost it coming through that final corner. There is Dean. Dean's got his wipers on. I really don't know why, but Smithy there, I reckon, would have had him.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, what a shame for Smithy then. Still ninth and can still challenge Dean here, especially if Dean's going to struggle with that car further forward. Fury then down into P3. Maze leads this race, but Maze and Kelly the only two not yet to pit here, Liam. When do we think these two are coming in? They've got between now and lap 18 to pit.
Maze
I would have said Maze maybe this lap.
I tell you what, Maze there, very, very squirrely on the brakes. With this amount of drivers that we've not got on, we should be able to get Craig in, who'll just have to retire his car, in for the next one, so we'll be able to see it actually live with us.
I'm on SharePlay, Matt.
Ah, there we go then. Liam's got him on the SharePlay. There we go. Well done, Liam.
Well,
I wondered how you know about Smithy there. Maze then coming through the final corner, not choosing to pit this lap, so he's not answering back to Fury.
Oh, Kelly's done. Oh, yeah, because
Kelly's passed him in the pits, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Will Kelly answer to Fury? Yes, Kelly does. Kelly straight in then. Lap 16 at the end for Kelly before he pits. He will lose out to Fury here. Now, Dean is 7 seconds up the road from Smithy. Can Smithy get that time back from Dean? We've seen Dean make a few mistakes. Cameraman just struggling to pick Smithy up. There he is. Gets round the final corner this time. If only he did that last lap. Ninth place for Smithy, not too bad. He can see Dean as well. He'll want to get past him. Kelly in the pits. There's BT Targa. Kelly's coming out the pits now, you know. I think he may lose out to BT here. He has. Yeah. BT sails past, so great early pit stop from BT Targa. Some great outlaps since then. And Kelly's in lap, just not enough to get him on that podium. So KLF dropping down to P4. BT Targa then up to P2. Up to P3, sorry. Maze still losing them, the rear of that. Just very twitchy. Am I joining comms, or would that be too crowded? Be a bit too crowded, Jamie. Be a bit too crowded. You're more than welcome to if you still want to. But, yeah. Maze Gamer then, leading this race. Not comfortably, I wouldn't say, in that Mercedes. It's very twitchy under the braking. Looks like he's got a bit of damage. Will he get it repaired? Dan Francis, what's happened to him? He's back in the pits. I mean, the car looks in good shape.
Not look a scratch on it.
Maybe he's running low on fuel.
Stove Sloth retired from the race. He has got to three-quarter distance, so he will score points for that then for P10. Yeah, maybe out of fuel for Dan Francis here. I wonder, where's Dean and Smithy?
Who have we lost?
We've lost Stove Sloth. He's just retired. He's got three-quarter distance. He's retired. There's Dean coming towards the end of the track. Daniel Francis on his way out the pit. So splash and dash maybe there. Kieran did exactly what he did last night, lol. I don't know if he's done it again or if that was what he was on about earlier. But Kieran's still going, currently P6. As here comes Dean then.
Oh, Dean's passed Dan Francis.
Dean has passed Dan Francis. What was Dan Francis? Looked like he got away slow out the pit lane here. So Dean then up to 7th place after his pit stop. Don't forget, he would have been allowed to qualify for the next race, but can't due to his ban. So Dean currently running P7 here. Dan Francis now down in 8th. He will get to qualify in the next one. 3 pit stops are trying something, says Daniel Francis. Interesting. What's he trying? That's a different line, is what he's trying there. I think I'll leave it for tonight as we'd be struggling to get a word in, says Jamie. So no worries, Jamie. Mays then leads this race, has to pit at the end of this lap that he's on. Fury's 23 seconds behind. Now, Mays' pit stop here could work for him. An absolute peach, and he could get himself out in the lead, depending on how good this lap is right now. In he comes then.
There we go.
So lap 18, he'll have 1 lap to go.
The question is, what's he actually going to do in the pit?
Got to be a splash and dash. You can't be repairing too much damage now with 1 lap. Surely you'd have been in early if you was to repair major stuff. Dan just crossed the pit exit line then, says Peaceful. So Peaceful seeing that one in the chat. Obviously one of the stewards now for the Pro-Am footage. Now, where is Fury? There is Fury. Where's Mays Gamer? Mays has just come out the pit lane, so has Fury got enough to do him? The momentum's with him. Keyword there, Liam. Can he get around the outside of Mays Gamer? Mays locking up into turn 1, and Fury's going to try and go underneath. Can't get it done there. And Mays then is going to be, this is going to be a fight on the last lap for the final position. Not the final position, for the lead here. Mays very squirrely under the braking. We've seen Fury's going to push him hard all the way. And into turn 2 and 3 they come. Mays just getting that rear, stepping out, and somehow hangs onto it. Fury is managing to keep to the rear of him. And Fury wants to get past. That's Daniel oh no, I thought it was Daniel Francis going off. It's just the way the track is and where the corner goes. Daniel Francis trying to get past Dean on this. The last lap. Mays loses the rear of the car. Keeps hold of it somehow. And Fury now, has he got the run out the corner to get ahead of Mays Gamer? No, he doesn't. So Mays manages to keep himself ahead.
This is going to be a fight to the end. It's going to be... It's just...
Mays has got the rear of that car, Liam, stepping out all over the place. This is... Fury here has got to be patient. Well, he can't be patient. He's got to attack. Fury just running a bit wide onto the grass. Still sticking to the back of Mays then. Couple of corners left. The final real braking zone for Mays, who goes a bit deep. Fury can't get up that inside. Send it, says Iron Brew Racing. Sooty Wood. Fury a bit of a wiggle. And is this going to be the race win on debut for Mays Gamer here? Or is Fury going to be able to get past him? I don't think Fury's got enough in the tank to get past him here. I think Mays has done enough, provided he gets around the final corner nice and easy. And it looks like he's going to then. Mays Gamer on his debut will take the race win. It's going to be Fury who will come home in P2. Oh no, Fury's done Mays. Fury's somehow done Mays at the line. Mays Gamer then dropping to 2nd place. It's going to be Daniel Francis will get 7th place off of Dean Wasocki, who gets 8th place then in the end. Kelly then up into P3 ahead of BT Targa. So Kelly on the podium, BT Targa dropping to 4th at the end there. And now Argent 5th place. Smithy's got 9th, obviously with Daniel and Dean finishing. So Smithy 9th then for him, not too bad. If you're Smithy, Argent gets that final qualifying place from Nicky here, but he's got a couple of corners to get round. And he looks like he's took his time through that one there, a bit onto the grass, and Argent looks like he's going to cross the line for a P5 with Nicky coming home in P6. Now we just wait for, well, Smithy to finish and for fastest lap.
Oh, I've just realised Dan has managed to get back in front of Dean. Yeah,
Dan got ahead of Dean. Saw that one behind Mays and Fury. Fastest lap of the race, a 33.6. Mays Gamer. So Mays Gamer, fastest lap. Sorry, no, Fury, fastest lap.
Fury.
So a win and fastest lap for Fury. Mays Gamer taking P2. And we're going to be right back in just a moment with the top 3 interviews and the qualifying 2. So guys, don't go anywhere.
when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. When I watch me elevate. Yeah. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket, golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street like at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Golden. Lay on the carpet, eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the
No.
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, for the second qualifying session of the night. There's only going to be 5 people out there, as out of the 11, the top 5 couldn't qualify, and Dean not allowed to qualify for this second race. So that will be Fury, Maze Gamer, Kelly, BT Target and Argent, who cannot qualify for this one. We've got the top 3 in the commentary box for a little chat. And Kelly, consistent if anything in that first race, didn't have enough to keep up with the Mercedes, but a P3 nonetheless.
Absolutely, yeah. Had a good start, managed to get reasonably high up the order in my start, and was able to stay there with a few other people's inconsistencies. So yeah, solid. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Now you've obviously had a record of every time you raced a Simplay event, you was always on the podium. We've not seen that from you for the last 2 weeks. Done into the Catalonia that you'd rather like to forget, but you've come to Zuhui, a bit of a shorter grid. It gives you a big opportunity to score some good points tonight. Is that the main thing that you're looking at doing?
Yes, indeed. Looking at scoring good points. A couple of horrendous rounds, especially Catalonia was particularly poor when I could have done better. So, just looking for a solid result tonight, really.
Obviously, going into this second race, you are going to be starting with what looks to be P10. What can you do from there? What can you do from the back of the pack? It's always tricky, isn't it, the race 2 at the start when you're at the back. But what can you do?
Well, I have a reasonably quick start, so hopefully I'll make a couple of places on the start and see how the race unfolds, and try and pick a few off as we go, and try and not, be the one that gets picked off, as it were. So, who knows how the race is going to unfold, do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, we wish you the best of luck, mate. We'll let you get back to it.
Thank you.
We've got Maze making his debut in the commentary box as well. Great little race from yourself, buddy. P1 in qualifying, and you really had some good pace in that race. What was the Sorry, go on. What was the Mercedes like out there? It looked a bit twitchy under braking. Was that the case? What can you do from the back of the grid then, bud, for in this second race? So it looked like you're going to be mid-pack. Can you get another podium in race 2? Well, brilliant, bud. We'll let you get back to it. We'll let you get back into your preparations for the second race. And we've got Fury with us. Well, it's another win ticked off the list. 8 out of 11. Getting a bit of an habit now, this, isn't it?
No comment.
Cracking drive from yourself, mate. The guys behind you seem to make a few mistakes, and you just got your head down out front and went.
I did try and get the pace down as best as I could, but the tyres were just getting unbelievably hot, and then coming up towards when the lap before Maze pitted, I lost it into the wall, but that's what made me lose a lot of the time, but I managed to.
Was you running the softs in that race then, or I presume the softs was the ones that went right, so the softs going off then. What can you do with the bitter rain around for race 2?
Hopefully the setup is as good as it looks for the wet.
Well, we'll let you get back to it then, buddy, and get you prepared.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for the top 3 then, Liam. Very happy top 3. Pleased to see what they was doing. Do you want some qualifying 2 stats, Liam?
Let's go.
You love a Q2 stat, don't you? Kelly loves my stats on a Thursday, so I assume you love them on a Wednesday. Best average qualifier. That would be only a P7 for a handful of drivers. Fury, P7. Stealth Sloth, P7. Dean, P7. And Alfie, P7. All of which, bar Stealth Sloth, cannot qualify. So Stealth Sloth may get the best average in Q2 here tonight. The worst average at the worst place is only 10th. So that's how jumbled up it is in Q2, that nobody has got a really low average qualifying and nobody's got a really high one. But it's 10th place between NJ and DJ Phil Green, who averaged 10th place in qualifying. So NJ's isn't going to change with him not qualifying, and DJ Phil should improve with them. Nicky's not gone out here in qualifying. That surprises me. He's got 5 minutes left to go. He can qualify, can Nicky, but he's not yet gone out on the track. Can't hear May, says Neil. He was happy with his race. Put it that way, says was Mays. He was very happy. I'll have to sort that out for next week to get Mays in. He was happy with his pace, he said. So, yeah, very happy with what he did out there in that one. Craig, Daniel Francis has to be the favourite for Q2, surely.
From practice, I'd say so, for sure, yeah.
Could Smithy do the impossible and nick a pole position?
That'd be nice to see.
What is Smithy's average qualifying? It's P6 in Q2 with a best of 4th. Well, that best will change, and that average might just dip a little bit here. I haven't seen Daniel Francis on pole since Ruapuna last season in the Acura. Can it now be Zuhui here in the Mercedes? Stealth Sloth, DJ Phil, Nicky still not yet gone out on track. Oh, Stealth Sloth, huge incident there. And that's not going to improve him on the 9 seconds he's got. He's going to have to get that one back into the pits. He has. So he's got 4 minutes now to get out and to really get some points on. DJ Phil is now nicked second from Smithy. Smithy needs to find a 10th from somewhere. But DJ Phil needs points in this one. Liam, going to update you on the championship standings. Obviously with a lot of drivers picking up some good points. KLF and Smithy are the two on double points missions tonight. Is the two Porsche drivers for Team Cool Runnings and Team Prolapse. Fiore leads the way by 58 points from KLF, now in second, with Don dropping to third. Nicky up into fourth ahead of NJ. Argent then gets ahead of Alfie. Can he gain on NJ in this one? Only 3 points behind him, so I imagine by the end of the night he will, unless anything disastrous happens. DJ Phil just behind Alfie and maybe has lost that opportunity to pass him tonight with not scoring any points in race 1. Stealth Sloth managing to keep his position in P9 ahead of Xmart. Xmart obviously will score points after when the drop scores get recalculated. Xmart comes up in P10. Dean down in P11, but obviously he's only pulling points back from what he's had dropped earlier this week due to his race banners. Liam's just there. We go. I've got the standings back. Dean then leads 7 points in this race to basically beyond what he was last week. BT Targa on 58, a point behind Dean. Daniel Francis 49. Smithy then going above Aidan Bennett and Leon Fernie on to 42 points. He's flying it at the minute. 11 points ahead of Aidan Bennett, and will pull away even further in this second race tonight. Mazen getting 20 points straight out the bag. Leon Fernie on 12. Forever Forward 40 points ahead of Team Prolapse in the Constructors. Team Cool Runnings with Smithy on double points duty tonight, and No Neil has gone third. So not only have they jumped the Lone Wolf Motorsport, they've also jumped Ready Set Go by 3 points. Can Smithy keep that pressure on them and take Team Cool Runnings into P3 going into Silverstone next week when NJ should return? Ready Set Go then 4th, Lone Wolf Motorsport 5th, Team Pro Lassie P6 with MC Motorsport 7th, A3D Printing 8th, Piston Broke 9th, and the Moroccan Unicorn of Maze Gamer down in P10. The Moroccan Unicorn. Brilliant. Smithy in the pits needs to get out now to get another lap in. Nicky needs to get out now to get a lap in. Daniel needs to get out now to get a lap in, although something tells me that Daniel Francis with a 33.8 is pretty much settled with that one. Only Stealth Sloth and DJ Phil on the track there. No Nicky, and then no sign of Smithy at the minute neither.
Oh.
Yes, Liam.
I believe Smithy's done.
Oh, is he done?
Mm.
Yeah, seems to be the case, as is Dan, as is Nicky. So Stealth Sloth currently 4th. KLF's going to start 10th. That's going to be a tricky job for him. Nicky 7th when he could have qualified, could have been on the front row. Stealth Sloth's still out there, but he's got 8 seconds to find. He's going to get one more shot at it. He's got 8 seconds to find here. DJ Phil, can he improve to get within any closer of Daniel Francis? No, he can't. So he's really got to push this last lap. They're both going to get one more shot at this. Daniel Francis looks to have P1 set at the minute. Dean will start 9th, so what can he do from there? BT Targa starting down in 8th, and Maze Gamer's going to start 6th. So Fiore really being able to do a lot here. It's all about where Smithy, who's currently P3, but Stealth Sloth has got a chance to go above him, although he's not improving on his lap times here. No personal best in Sector 1 for him or DJ Phil. So Smithy could be set for a P3 here, which would be his best qualifying of the season. And DJ Phil looks set for that P2. The Stealth Sloth coming up to the Sector 2 timing screens. Is he going to improve at all? Daniel Francis is out there. Maybe he's just trying something ahead of the race. Dan's gone back into the pits. So it's going to be Stolsoft to finish his lap before DJ Phil, and he's 3/10 down here, so he's not going to find the 8 seconds he needs. Mace Gamer didn't say anything useful. Anyway, going to keep my head down, says Dean. Here comes Stealth Sloth then. Before the second, a bit of a dull qualifying session this one. Had the wrong tyres on race 1, says Dean. So, did he go softs? That'll be my thing. I wonder if he went softs, Liam.
He may have even gone the wet tyre.
Oh, he had his wipers on. Stealth Sloth crosses the line then, and an improvement, but not enough. DJ Phil, can he take pole position? No, I don't think so. No, he didn't. He stays P2 then. So an uneventful qualifying, really, apart from Daniel Francis taking his first pole position of the season, and that really has. I'll tell you what, Smithy now has the best average qualifying of 6th place in Q2. So go on, Smithy, lad, with your 3rd place then. Going to get ready for round 12, which is the halfway mark of the season here then. What that has done in terms of race wins has put Fury onto 8. So he's now 3rd in the all-time race win list here at Simplay Motorsport. 8 wins behind Gary and Big Boy Brazier on 16 apiece. Then it's the 7 races of Monkey Boy Master and Sooty. Holty G and Unorthodox are all on 4. Welshie, Emo Guy are on 3. And then the big gaggle of Little Each, Peaceful, Andy, That Body Boy, Argent, DJ Phil, NJ, Deeks, myself all on 2. And then D-Bigs down, D-Bigs, Phil, Rabbit Joe, Stealth Sloth, Aidan Bennett, Dean Wasaki, KLFX Mark, Disco, McDisco Face and BT Targa, all on 1 race win apiece as well. Good stuff, good stats. Love a stat. Monkey Boy, when have you got to use the double points by? That will be Laguna Seca, round 19 and 20. You've got to use them. Daniel Francis, are you not entertained with a wink face? Oh my god, I am melting. It's 37 degrees here. Where is here, Maze? And try being in my loft in this heat. No damage, please, says Smithy. Makes Dubai look cold, says Peaceful Explosion in his loft. I wouldn't fancy being in a loft. All that insulation and stuff at this time of year. I can only imagine it's horrible. Who are we tipping for the win then, lads, before the race gets started?
I'm going Fury again. I'd like to say Smithy, but it's not going to happen.
Well, we're green here, and we are underway. Great start from BT Targa in the background. Maze Gamer has not got moving at all then in the background. He's still on the line. Fury gets a good start. He's already attacking DJ Phil at the inside into Tier 1. Dean as well, a bit of a rub with BT Targa, who's hit Fury, who hits DJ Phil round, and Smithy isn't going to win this one. He's P2. He's P2. Dean Wasaki's facing the wrong way there then, and he's got to get back going. But already carnage into turn 1 in this second race. Maze didn't get going off the line, but he's ahead of Dean already. So has Dean got back going? Liam, can we have the track map on? Gary in the chat. Come on, Smithy, he says. He's P2 at the minute. He's absolutely flying off the line. Great start, kept out of trouble. And he's, I tell you what, is he catching Daniel Francis there into that corner? Smithy, like yeah, Smithy on a mission at the minute. Fury's up to 3rd, Argent's 4th, BT's 5th, Kelly's got himself up to 6th, as DJ Phil's dropped down to 10th place then. Smithy here, what can he do? He's having a look at Daniel Francis under the braking, into the left-hander, double left-hander here. Smithy then really on a charge in this one. Daniel Francis, you just hear him feathering the throttle as he comes around the corner. Smithy kept it flat. Fury's in the background. Lights are on for him. How much damage is he going to have to the rear of that Mercedes after it took an almighty whack? And Smithy here, great start for him and Daniel. They both got away nice and cleanly. Smithy just having a look at Daniel. A few different lines for Smithy. And is he sat? Well, I don't know what's happened with Daniel there, but Smithy is in the lead of this race. Well, Smithy leads on his double points here then. Kelly's up to 6th on his double points. Fury and Daniel Francis rubbing doors as Argent was very, very wide in the background there then. And, that's DJ Phil who's span in the background. Well noticed, Liam. Good spot. Daniel Francis deep into turn 1. He's lost the rear. Daniel's lost the rear of the car then. And so, in fact, Argent's deep as well. I tell you what, these Mercs seem to really struggle early doors in this race.
Yeah. I think it's just more the braking than anything.
Look at Fury, the difference in the speed between Fury and Smithy, just the confidence on the brakes and on the power. Smithy then doing a job here, still leading. Fury's going to attack. He's going to be on the outside line. Great defensive line there from Smithy. Fury's going to look for the undercut. Smithy's just gone a bit deep on exit. And Fury's got that one done. Through he goes into the lead. Smithy led for a while, but in the end fell victim to just running a bit deep on his own error. Maze Gamer's 7th. He's got Stealth Sloth just behind him. And Nicky 8th. Dean's up to 9th. Dan Francis down to 10th. 11th is DJ Phil. And here goes Maze up the inside. Very twitchy. Onto the grass. And losing the front of the car. That's going to allow Nicky through. Will Maze let Stealth Sloth back through? Then Stealth having a look on the side of Nicky. And taps the rear. And I tell you what, manages to tap the front end and keep Nicky pointing forward. There's Dean and Daniel Francis in the background.
These two side by side.
Yeah, a bit naughty from Maze, bit naughty from Stealth Sloth maybe, but he's keeping it around the outside. Can he keep it going? Dean in the background.
Maybe he's on those wrong tyres again.
Yeah.
Maybe forgot to change them.
That's a possibility. Bit of rain around in this one. It's been an opening 2 laps. It's been a bit chaotic, Craig.
It's been great. It's been great to watch.
Not bad with 11 drivers at the minute. Smithy's now down to 3rd as BT Targa's got past. KLF's on the back of him then for P3 at the moment. This is the battle for 7th and 8th between Stealth Sloth and Nicky. And I tell you what, DJ Phil and Dean just not having the night they'd have wanted here. 10th place at the minute for them two. Stealth Sloth is now down to 9th. Daniel Francis has got past. We've not seen what's happened there. Argent's looking to gain on Kelly. Smithy still running on lap 3 on the podium spots at the moment. And there is Daniel Francis, who's Dean's got ahead of, and they've all got ahead of Stealth Sloth, so I'm not sure what happened to Stealth Sloth. Daniel, he said he was trying something race 2. Is he still trying that same thing? Gets very close. Phil gets him done around the outside there. Daniel's going backward. Daniel's going backwards here, though. I wonder if he's still trying something.
It is a possibility. But we still have...
I mean, that McLaren seems to be pulling away from him in a straight line, and you wouldn't have said that with the McLaren against the Mercedes, would you?
No.
Have to see what happens. Up 3 of 19. Smithy's still P3. Kelly's 4th. There is Kelly. There's Argent. There's Maze Gamer as well. As the cameraman's not going to pick Kelly up. There he goes. Picks him up now. So it's Fury from BT, from Smithy, from Kelly, Argent, Maze Gamer, Nicky as we start the 4th lap. Pit window opens at the end of the next lap. Sloth went wide at T1, says Evil Scotsman. Now has Smithy just gone a little wide? Look, Kelly was having a look on the exit of turn 1, but couldn't get that one done. And he's getting ever so close to him. Is he going to look up the inside at turn 2? Now these two both on double points. They're not going to want to risk anything of these two, because they're going to want to score big here. And while ever Dean, DJ, Phil, Dan and Stealth Sloth are struggling, Smithy can get away and maybe jump them 4 in the pits. Get a few decent points, but there's a gaggle of cars here. Kelly's now going to look up the inside of Smithy, and that's a good move from Kelly up the inside. Smithy runs a little wide on exit, and Argent follows Kelly through. Now what can Argent do? Was very inconsistent in race 1, Liam. Can he keep it more consistent in this second race? Kelly goes defensive early and tries to come back. Smithy, I tell you what, late on the brakes, nearly into the rear of Argent. Kelly runs a little wide. Argent can't take advantage of that. Maze Gamer is now getting himself involved. Smithy still well in this pack as well. Here goes Maze. Smithy, bit of a wobble there. Not sure what that was, but Maze has got through. And look at that Mercs, just so late on the brakes. But they just seem like they're going to run wide all the time, Liam.
Yeah. It's hard to say, to be fair. I know you drive the Merc quite a lot during the...
Kelly's gone wide. Sorry, Liam. Kelly's gone wide out the final corner, and that's allowed the Mercedes of Argent past. Now here comes Maze Gamer. Switches to the inside line into turn 1 down the start straight. Nicky in the background's had a spin. And Maze then is going to be late on the brakes. Can he look up the inside of Argent? No, he can't. Somehow manages to get that Mercedes stopped. Bit of a wiggle, and he's wide, and that's going to allow Kelly through.
That would be not what he would be wanting.
Tell you what, Craig, Smithy's staying with these a little bit here.
He is on a different tyre. He's gone for softs this race.
That bit of rain around. I wonder with that bit of rain around if he's thought the softs will last a bit, obviously a bit less than the hards. get the most out of my tyres early on. Here goes Mays then back up the inside of Kelly. Kelly gives him plenty of room. Mays again slides under the brakes. Kelly can't get the switch back as Mays Gamer gets it stopped on the apex of the corner. And that one is job done if you're Mays Gamer. Argent has started to pull away from these two now then. Kelly's P5, rain around. We've seen the Mercedes at times in the wet, Liam, struggle. Can the Porsche capitalise?
That is a question we should.
The other question is,
wait
as well, Liam, is how could you set up in the wet, Craig? Because Smithy's using the same one.
My testing the other week, it wasn't too bad, to be fair.
Ah, there we go. Smithy for the win then. Kelly, P5. Where are we? Nicky 7th. Dean's 8th. Dean's on the back of Nicky with the looks of things. Couple of seconds between them two. So can Dean get himself ahead of Nicky? Oh, Argent's had a moment. Argent's had a huge moment out the final corner and has lost out to KLF and to Mays Gamer. Smithy just a bit too far back maybe to get anything done. Hopefully Argent kept it out the wall there. He won't want any damage on that one. Nicely done, Kelly, says the Evil Scotsman, aka Emo Guy, in the chat. Fury from BT Target, in fact BT Target from Fury, sorry, so Fury's lost out to BT Target somewhere. Here's Daniel Francis on DJ Phil. This for P9 at the moment.
Ooh,
Daniel Francis going side by side. Dean's very slow as well. Has he had a moment out the last corner? Daniel Francis and DJ Phil side by side. Dean's going to play into this as well. Daniel late on the brakes. Has got past Phil. Oh no, can't get it stopped. He's gone wide and that allows Phil back up the inside. The Mercedes clearly having a power advantage on the straights. Dean looked like he had a moment somewhere because he was 2 seconds off the back of Nicky. He's now dropped well behind.
Yeah, maybe Dean had a bit of an accident. Oh, DJ Phil.
Running wide there and off. That's cost him a place to Daniel Francis. There's Stove Sloth in the background, hoping to get on this battle as well. So Dean's P8, Daniel's P9. Phil locking up. A lot of tyre smoke there. I don't think DJ Phil uses ABS, and he's on the pad as well, so he does well, does DJ Phil. BT, Fury, Mays, KLF, Argent, Smithy, Nicky, Dean, Daniel, DJ, Stealth Sloth. What can these boys do here then? Oh, DJ very wide. That's going to keep Stealth Sloth interested. There he is in the background. Now can Daniel catch Dean Wasocki then? Just looking back to KLF. He's being caught a little bit by Argent this lap. That time started to come down a little bit. There is Kelly. There's Argent. Just looks like it's... I don't know about used to, but it just seems like it's getting a bit darker in the skies.
The clouds are coming over.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my monitor or is it my eyes, but it does look darker, doesn't it? Oh, that's Fury!
Ooh.
Fury's made a mistake. So Mays is up to second. Argent's up to... KLF's up to third. Argent's up to fourth. Smithy, look at him, he's flying. He's going to look at P5. Stealth Sloth into the pits. So he has done his mandatory at the end of lap 6. But I tell you what, with rain around, that's an early pit stop if you're Stealth Sloth. Dean now has Daniel Francis on the back of him and is attacking him hard. DJ Phil's trying to stay with him as well. Daniel looking on the back of Dean then. Tries to go for that switchback. Is he going to be later on the brakes up the inside? No. Dean keeps it nice through there. Manages to stay within the track limits. Daniel just running a bit deeper then and gets off that power. You see Dean just pulling away a little bit of Phil now attacking the back of the Mercedes. But the Mercedes using its advantage of the straight line speed compared to McLaren. Phil's going to look up the inside. Too far back to get a job done. Daniel's gone deep and that's now allowed DJ Phil back up in front of Daniel. So Daniel just running a bit deep there. That's allowed him through. Oh, we've lost Stealth Sloth. So no points for Stealth Sloth in this second race. And that's a real shame. That's his fourth retirement of the season. So one more for Stealth Sloth. It's not three-quarter distance, and that could be a penalty. DJ Phil on the grass. So we've got 10 finish it. We're going to have 10 that's going to finish here then. And this now the interesting one to see. So then, Daniel Francis has his wipers on, but I don't see any rain yet. I don't know if you two can. I can't see a single drop at the minute.
Nothing on my screen.
No. So Daniel Francis wipers on. I wonder if that's just playing mind games with DJ Phil. He's going to look up the inside into turn 1 here. And that one, Oh, he's
got
not.
cut back.
Yeah, great move from DJ Phil. Got Argent on the back of Kelly with Fury with them. I'm going to stay with this one of Daniel Francis and DJ Phil for the time being. Daniel's got the pace. Oh, Phil, very, very deep, very, very wide. That should allow Daniel to have a run on Phil now then. Luckily, Zuhui has very little puddles, but the ones it does have are hidden in some really sneaky places, says Emo Guy. So when the rain comes, it sounds like it's going to be very, very tricky to get round in terms of the sneaky puddles. Dean's pulling away from these two battling. Kelly still has Argent with him. As at Mays into the pits at the end of lap 8. Now, I still see no rain, so I'm surprised that Mays has come into the pits this early.
Yeah, you would have thought front runners would maybe wait till the rain starts coming in.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what these guys at the back are doing, and maybe could take advantage of that. Smithy's now back up into 5th. Kelly 3rd, Fury 4th, and Argent 2nd now that Mays Gamer has pitted. Mays Gamer out the pits before these three can get around to him. And he comes out P7. Excuse me. Here's Fury then. Kelly right on the back of Argent as Argent has passed Kelly. What can Kelly do now then? Dan Francis in the pits, lap 9. At the end of lap 8, sorry. So Dan Francis in. Is it raining? I mean, yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think it's raining.
I can see a couple of drops.
Has Daniel Francis called that pit stop at the right time then? He may go a lap down, but it might be worth it. I mean, the track's not going to get very wet straight away, but if you can nurse them wet tyres, you may be able to pick up a few places here. Fury all over the back of KLF 900 then, as the rain now starts to get heavier towards the end of the lap. Who's going to make the call between the Forever Forward team as Kelly and Fury just lean on each other? Kelly's got to give him the room. Fury's got to give him the room. And Kelly stays 2nd. Fury looking for the cutback though, but he's going to be on the outside, coming through this little left-hand kink coming up. And tucks back in. Daniel Francis has been lapped and he's just coming out the pit. So that to me would say that he's had a change of tyres. Damaged suspension, too difficult, couldn't hold it any longer as the rain falls. Arse. So maybe Daniel's not got the tyres changed. Fury's in at the end of lap 9, so maybe then it was just damage for Daniel Francis and not what he wanted in terms of the change of tyres here. Nicky's in as well as... Nicky's in as well as Smithy then at the end of lap 9. So Smithy getting in. Could that benefit him? Nicky in as well. Who's going to pit between Dean and DJ Phil? Surely you'd say Dean being the lead car of the two McLarens. We'll wait and see. I think Dean stayed out.
We'll have a look.
Oh no! He's lost. I don't know what he's done, but he's lost the rear of the car. I think.
Oh.
Well, he's lost the rear of that car and lost a lot of time. Phil's gone in. So if Dean meant to pit, he's messed that one up a little bit. Phil into the pits then. BT Targa Argent KLF. Mace Game has pitted, but is he on the wet tyres? We'll see. What is Daniel Francis on? Dean then. Oh, look at him struggling on the slick tyre.
Oh.
Is it getting too wet here?
Maybe there was a bit of miscommunication, and maybe DJ Phil's gone in the pits when Dean Wysocki was meant to.
Well, either way, Smithy is about. Oh, Smithy has to get on the brakes as Dean is struggling. Look at how much Dean's struggling on them slick tyres. He is really struggling here to get around this circuit. Dean is going to lose so much time then. Daniel Francis may not be out of this one for an extra position. BT Target in the pits at the end of lap 10. I expect to see KLF and Argentin as well here. Maybe Mays for a rechange of tyres because I don't think he's pitted. KLF is coming in.
And there's
Argentin as well. Daniel Francis in for the change of tyres. Mays, he's definitely on the slicks. Look at him, he's all over the place. Yeah. So he's got to pit as well. I tell you what, you never know. Smithy could be on the podium at this rate.
Maybe so.
I hope that... He's past Fury! He's past Fury for position. Smithy's up to P5. Fury is struggling at the minute. Smithy's got past him and he's pulling away. So Smithy then is up to P5. BT's out the pit. So that's his pit stop done. He's gone. KLF Argent Mays into the pits again. Smithy is past Fury. Fury is really struggling on them tyres. Where's Nicky? I don't know if they've changed his tyres here, guys. Because he's... No, he's struggling. He is struggling. Smithy then. P5, Argent Kelly out the pits. Where's Maze Gamer? I don't think his dot's yet moving. No, look, he's still in there. So can Smithy? He's coming around the final corner now. Maze Gamer's away, and Smithy will sail into P4. Fury back into the pit lane. Where's Dean? Dean's not yet come back in for his stop. So look at him struggle. DJ Phil's going to pass him before the pits. Daniel Francis, 37 seconds behind. Could get Dean Wasocki here. Oh, look at how much he's struggling. Oh, that is bad. That is bad. Daniel Francis in the chat, when he made his pit stop, that went very wet very quickly, and it has got very wet very quickly. The rain has just came down here in China. As Maze then has Nicky chasing him after Maze has made his pit stop. Fury is down in 7th. Not the race he'd have wanted, but BT leads from Argent, from KLF. Smithy, P4. He'd have snatched your hand off at that before tonight.
Oh, he'll be buzzing.
He will be buzzing. Dean Wasocki, the end of lap 11, is a lap down and has only just got himself into the pit, so he has struggled this lap. What's the gap to Smithy and Maze then? Maze just in front of Nicky. That's about 5 seconds. Can Smithy do it? Fury pit crew put hard slicks on instead of wets. Oh, so Fury's pit crew's put the wrong tyre on, and Maze has had a huge off. And I don't know where he is, but that's gave Nicky P5 and Smithy a bit more breathing room to Maze Gamer then. So can Smithy get a top 5 here? I hope Gary, Neil and Ariel are watching this, because Smithy's driving brilliantly in this second race.
They better be watching.
Yeah.
Probably one of his best races.
I hope they watch it back if they haven't watched it now. I hope Smithy gets on phone to them and says, "Oi, watch that race 2 back," because he is doing a stellar job, matching the pace of Kelly last time around. Was quicker than BT Targa as well. In fact, Argent looks like he's had a problem there. There's Kelly about to catch Argent. Keep going, Fury, says Emo Guy. Kelly's about to catch Argent. We're watching Dean Wasocki. BT Targa looks like he's got damage. All the Mercs struggling in this wet conditions. I said the Mercs don't seem as good as the Porsche in the wet. Here comes Kelly. Argent's wide again. Back onto the track. Kelly's flying here. Smithy's only 6 seconds off the back of these two. I tell you what, little leech. Dream the impossible dream. We could have Smithy in for an interview for a podium by the end of this race. Lap 12 of 19. Argent is struggling. BT looked like he had a bit of damage on the front end of his Mercedes. In fact, BT looks like he stopped on the track mark as well. Has he made a mistake at this double left-hander, because that gap is coming down? He's slow. And in fact... Oh, there's Dean! Dean's well
Dean.
up! Oh, Argent!
Oh, and Kieran!
Oh, what has happened there? Liam's getting really excited. What has happened with Kieran? I hope they haven't touched. I hope them two haven't touched. But here he comes then. There's the podium right in front of him, and Smithy's on fire. If you're listening, Smithy, just keep your cool, keep your head, keep going as you're doing it, because you know... Don't look at what position you are, just get to the end of this race. P4, and he sees P3 right in front of him at the minute. And these Mercedes, they are struggling. Kelly could win this race, Liam. BT's in! Oh. BT's in!
Back. Oh.
Kelly is going to lead this race. Argent's going to be P2. Smithy's on the podium!
Yes, Smithy!
I tell you what, you couldn't have wrote this before tonight. 11 drivers, one's retired in this race. Smithy is on the podium. He's just got to keep it going. The Mercedes seem to be struggling in these wet conditions. They seem to be making so many mistakes. Daniel Francis did get past Dean Wasocki. Nicky is about 4 seconds behind Smithy. Smithy and Kelly, don't forget, as well on double points. They will be licking their lips at this opportunity here. Dean stays out the way. No, I don't know if he's staying out the way there of the leaders. He didn't look like he'd had a spin. Smithy then having a look on Argent as he looks slow through that left-right hander. Smithy's not far off the race win here, Craig.
He's not far. One mistake and he could flip it, you know.
We couldn't see him win this race, could we?
We got to.
Nah, dream the impossible. Dream
Smithy
the impossible.
is absolutely... I tell you what, get your votes in for driver of the day, lap 13 and 19. If it's not going to be KLF for his double podium, as it stands at the minute, it's surely got to be Smithy on what could be a debut podium in sim racing. Oh no!
No!
Smithy's lost the rear.
Smithy.
Oh, he's hit the wall. He's lost the rear. He's hit the wall. Nicky goes flying past Smithy then. Maze Gamer gets past as well. Can he get back on it? That Porsche seems to be doing all right in the wet compared to the Mercedes. Can Smithy get back on it here? He's still P5. He's still well in front of Fury. Oh, damn. The commentator's curse strikes again.
Oh.
Argent then, gaining on the back of KLF. KLF seeming to just tiptoe his way around. Nicky in the 144s. Maze in the 142s. Smithy was lapping quicker than the two leaders last time. Who's that parked? That's BT.
Oh, who's those just lost it?
That's BT.
Wearing.
BT
Oh.
is huge damage. And he's parked at the side of the road. Kelly then still leads. Oh, just lost the rear.
Kieran!
Where's
Oh.
Nicky? Where is Nicky? There's Dean Wasocki coming through. BT keeps putting this. Oh, BT Target's putting the slicks on. You'll have to manually do the pit stop, BT. That's the pit strategy thing doesn't always work. You'll have to manually do it before you can get around. Jamie Brazier, oh, Smithy, he says, could it be a team prolapse 1-2 for Nicky and KLF? Argent's had a few mistakes. Oh, I tell you what, this race has been an absolute... This weather's been brilliant. It's made this race a little bit more entertaining. Dean then, just in front of Nicky. Dean is now ahead of BT Target. Keeps putting the slicks on for BT. That's been his problem. Nicky's trying to get through. He found the puddle, says Emo Guy. I wonder if that's in relation to Kieran Argent. Dan Francis now up into 8th. DJ Phil 7th. Fury's back in the pits. Well, that surely is comfortable for Smithy to get the top 5. Fury and what now? What is going off with these Mercedes cars? They are struggling like mad. And, Dean, he's had a huge spin
Dean
again in the background.
Same place as well, if I'm right.
BT no, says Fury. Liam's so excited right now. Liam is so excited right now. Kelly seems to just be struggling this lap. Argent then has got a bit of a run on Kelly here, but Argent keeps just making a little mistake as well. And I tell you what, the 4 leaders are within 5 seconds of each other. Argent's going to look up the inside of Kelly LF into that final corner. No, can't get the job done. Does he have the run coming through it though? They both seem very cautious on the throttle. So sorry whoever that was I hit coming out the pits. And they keep putting 6 on the rear. Chose the wets. This game does my head in sometimes. Has everyone pitted? Everyone has pitted. There's BT at the side of the road still. He's retired from the race. He will score points. In fact, I don't think he got to lap 14, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that one. But Argent leads this race from Kelly. There's Nicky then. So Argent, can he take his first race win? He'll be really pleased with him if he can win this one outright. Fury's back in the pits. Can Dean get past him? He has. So Dean's up to 8th. We're down to 9 runners. Don't cut off of the action now. Kieran's made a mistake. We've missed Kieran making a mistake.
No.
And Kelly's got the run. And has he got that one done? They lean on each other. Just a bit of a touch there. Kelly gets Kieran on the grass. They touch again. They touch again and Kieran's off. I don't really know what to say about that. Maybe a bit of 50-50. Not quite sure. Daytona all over again, says Dan. But it's prolapse. Maze Gamer. Argent's 4th. Now, how bad is Argent's off? Smithy's now 9 seconds off the lead. Argent's there in the background. He'll not be pleased with that one. He'll not be pleased with that one at all. But
Oh, Maze Gamer.
KLF from Nicky. Argent's now 4 seconds back. Smithy is lapping quicker than KLF and Argent last time around. He could be on these.
Smith.
Yeah, he could be on these too soon. Oh my God, go Smithy, go, says Ariel. Don, if you've only just joined us back, where have you been for the last 15 laps? Because Smithy was leading this race at one point. Nicky now doing the team job. Is he letting KLF try and take this race win because Kelly's on double points? Jamie Brazier, Kieran's not going to be happy. Says on Orthodubs. Indeed. That's Daniel Francis who's back into the pit. Oh, no, he's had enough. I thought he was in the pits. He's not. Kieran very, very wide. Maze Gamer's up to 2nd place. Oh, Kelly there. Oh, Kelly! Horrible twitch! And as he... now then, is there a few dodgy puddles down the straight, but Kelly's managed to keep it out the wall and is now dropped though to P3. Nicky, it looks like he's going to let his teammate back through to into P2. Argent's getting ahead of Daniel Francis. Oops, could be an interesting stewards look, lol, says Mike Matthews. Come on boys, prolapse 1-2. Not now. Maze Game is in the way of that one. Smithy was quicker than Argent, Nicky and KLF on the last lap. Smithy was the 3rd quickest. Dean was the 2nd quickest driver last lap. Smithy was the 3rd quickest on the track. last time around. Lap 16 of 19. If the puddles are starting to catch the boys out, you've heard of the tortoise and the hare, maybe Smithy's going to deploy that tactic and try and get himself this win. Mays has checked out after a bizarre move from KLF down the straight. I wonder if there's a few puddles forming. Well, Nicky's now going to be that barricade to KLF with Argent behind, who is taking a different line to Nicky there. What a second race, Craig.
Oh, it's fantastic to watch. It's been quite clean as well, which is good.
Yeah, it's funny what a bit of rain does, isn't it?
Yeah. Is there rain due tomorrow?
I don't know. Oh no, I think Smithy in the background's had a spin. He's dropping a bit of time. Poor old Smithy. NJ in the chat, big up Smithy. Big up Smithy indeed. Get your votes in for driver of the day. We'll get the opinions of Craig and myself and Liam in a moment. There's Argent then late on the brakes. Now this is where Kelly lost the car last time, and Argent... he wants to be careful he doesn't lose it into the pit lane. He's had a huge off. DJ Phil's got bad damage at the bottom of the screen. Oh, and again, look at the cars. Are they avoiding puddles? Daniel Francis has hit Nicky. Nicky's got huge damage. Argent as well. Argent's had a moment behind.
Right in front.
I think the puddle. I think there's too many puddles on this start straight. I think Smithy's had a spin in the background as well. How many laps? We're on lap 17 of 19. Mays leads 6 seconds ahead of Kelly. Argent's third, but has got damage. Nicky's fourth with huge damage. Smithy fifth. Lap in front of DJ Phil pretty much. I tell you what, if Argent and Nicky's got some damage and Smithy hasn't, well, DJ... Kelly!
Kelly!
There's puddles. I tell you what, let's jump on board the roof camera of Kelly here, Liam, because I think... Emo Guy said it in the chat, there is some dodgy puddles, and I think that's what we're seeing here. I don't think Daniel Francis hit the back of Nicky on purpose. I think that was through a few puddles there. What the hell, says Welshie. I think we're seeing some real dodge. We've seen Kelly a lap or two ago lose it on the straight on his own.
There he is.
Yeah, there is a few puddles for him, which you can't really see.
Liam, go on the...
Smithy's catching.
Smithy is catching. I tell you what, he's flying. Go on the other cam, the lower one than this one. Bonnet, I think it is. Go on the bonnet.
No, bumper.
Oh, there you go. Bumper view. Let's see if we can see the puddles a bit lower down. I don't know what happened. Nicky just suddenly came backwards into me. I remember testing with yourself, Craig, last week, and the start straight was a bit dangerous for puddles, wasn't it? I'm wondering if that's what's happening now. There is very dodgy puddle, says Jamie. Let's have a look then. Kelly rounds the final corner, Phil into the pits. Look at how steady he's got to be here. Wow. Now, let's listen to Kelly's engine. Yeah, there's a big one. There's
another.
Yeah. I don't think Daniel Francis has hit Nicky on purpose here. Kelly's not even on the throttle down the straight. Who's retired? We've lost Daniel Francis from the race. He will score points then for 9th. I think the dodgy puddles are catching people out here. I don't think anybody's at fault. I think it's the puddles that are catching the drivers out. Come on, boys. There is very dodgy puddles. It's called puddles. They really slow you down. If you hit them. Worse than Hockenheim. Smithy boy, says Don. Well, he's on the back of Argent. DJ Phil's in the pits. He's past Nicky. In fact, I don't know what's happened to Nicky. There is Nicky. Nicky just seems like he's going to continue going with no rear spoiler. But what we're going back to Nicky for? Smithy's on the charge here. Lap 18 of 19. Where is Argent? He looks like he's made another mistake. Argent with damage to his car. Dean is 6th place here. Here goes Smithy though on Argent. He's going to look for a P3. Team Cool Runnings. Come on, Smithy. He's third. He's on the podium. Mays from Kelly, Smithy, P3, Argent, Nicky, Dean, DJ Phil and Fury. What a crazy race. I was faster, but wasn't going to pass. It was about to break early. It was like he was sucked in. Sorry, Nicky, says Daniel Francis. I tell you what, it is weird. This is have 100% rear damage for 2 laps. I ain't pitting for a 4th time, says Fury. Smithy for P3, go, says the Don.
I've just realised
Mace is on the last lap.
P6.
Yeah, Dean is P6. Unfortunately, he's a couple of laps down on Nicky, so I'm going to get P5. Keep going, Fury, says Fury's granddad. Come on, Smithy, says Daniel Francis. We could be having a chat with Smithy here for an interview at the end of this one. Kieran's going to be bitterly disappointed. Gary's there. Come on, Smithy, get on that podium. I think, Craig, you've been texting these because they all seem to jump on at one go here.
I actually haven't, no.
Smithy then on the podium. We'll go to Maze Gamer because he's on the final lap. Where is he? Plenty of time to go then. KLF still second. Smithy, I tell you what, Smithy third on double points. He'll be absolutely loving this. Maze Gamer leading the way. Looks like he will now take his debut win here. Gave the race win to Fury in race 1. We've lost BT Targa. BT Targa could score for 10th, depending on what points he got to. This will be his drop score otherwise, because, I mean, it's 13 points tonight. His drop score is Catalonia, so he will gain points back. Oh, Maze, keep it together. You're 30 seconds. Smithy couldn't get second here, could he? He's only 9 seconds off the back of Kelly. We'll have to keep our eyes on that one then, as Maze is coming towards the end of the lap. Argent's trying to stick with Smithy. And here at the moment, Maze Gamer has a little left-hand bend in the final corner to go.
I think Smithy's had enough.
No, I don't think he has.
He's just lost a lot of time at once.
He's only lost 2 seconds to Kelly. Argent's lost the one that's lost a lot of time. But here comes Maze Gamer. He's going to win the race. Dean's got no rear wing, so he's got to finish that race P6. KLF then. Can he hang on for second place with double points? This is going to be the one to find out. Where's Smithy? 8 seconds to Kelly. We'll go back to Kelly. Oh, he's lost it! Oh, no!
Kelly.
There goes DJ Phil. So DJ Phil's going to unlap himself, but DJ Phil will finish in 7th. Then, so DJ Phil is going to get 7th place. Kelly's back on the track. Now then, where is... excuse me, where is Smithy? 6 seconds he's got to bring this car home with. He's got 4 seconds back to Argent. Kelly, a steady last corner. Steady as you go down the start straight. Surely you don't want to lose the car and lose second place. Kelly then looks like he's going to flash the lights. He's going to cross that line. P2. Smithy then.
Smithy with a podium.
Has he got the lights button? He hasn't. He's going to get P3 on the podium for his first ever podium. Argent's going to take a P4. What could have been for him. Nicky then for Team Prolapse. What could have been for them as well with a P5 in this one. Fury only 8th place, so 8 out of 12 wins. And we're just waiting for Dean then, who's got nothing left of his car pretty much. Dean and Fury, sorry. Who's got pretty much nothing left of his car. But he's going to somehow come away with P6. That's 10 points plus the 8 he got. So he's gained 3 points tonight compared to what he lost. We're going to wait for fastest lap. But while we just wait for Dean, let's look at the chat. Driver of the day, Smithy. How exciting is this then? No points staying on with the damage I had. First retirement definitely this season, maybe ever. Kelly, driver of the day. Maze up there too, says Dan. Gary 131 still in ours, lol. Yes, get in there, says Smithy. Smithy, driver of the day. I couldn't keep behind him. Yeah, boy, says Little Each. Maze for that comeback. He is such a delayed start. Def Kelly, driver of the day after that performance. Go on, boy. Yes, Smithy, go on. What the hell? Woohoo. Smithy's pumped. Driver of the day, Smithy. Go on, Smithy. Now, driver of the day, Kelly. All day. Smithy, driver of the day. Big points for Kelly. Well done, Smithy. Better man today. Kelly, driver of the day. I've got the shakes now. Hearts racing. Jeez, says Smithy. Move 1, Maze. And Smithy 2. What a double points call, says Gary. Nice. Gary will claim that he was the statistician behind Smithy's double points there, like he was yourself at Daytona when you took that win. Yeah. Gary got on the buzzer to Smithy, didn't he? And says, take your double points tonight, lad. Well, half a grid of missing.
Yeah, that's it.
Fastest lap of the race, a 33.7 for Maze Gamer, so he will claim the extra point. And while we hopefully get the top 3 in for an interview, hopefully we'll get Maze and Kelly back in. We'll get Smithy in as well. While I'm just going to go through this table very quickly. Just redo them. And Fury then has his championship deficit cut to 26 points to KLF. Don stays third with Nicky in 4th. Argent moves up to 5th ahead of NJ. The biggest climber today is Smithy, who now goes P10. Sorry, P... 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th is Smithy now after a successful double points. Team Cool Runnings clear in 3rd place. We've got Smithy in the chat. Kelly P2, Dam says G. Dean Wasaki 100 on the back and front for 5 laps. Smithy, the man tonight. Yeah, boy. Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with this week, lads. All on your own. Well done, says Gary. Smithy, mate. That was a good one. That.
Did you not?
He's mugged you off there, Craig. Congrats there, mate. You drove really well. You seem to keep it together where others lost it. Okay. You wasn't the quickest, but you certainly didn't give up, did you? Brilliant for the team. You've climbed up to P9 in the championship. You've got the team into third place all on your own this week. Mega job, isn't it, mate? Are you going to be on the Are you going to be on the phone to Gary and Little each from the remainder of an hour on, telling him how to drive this Porsche? Well, massive congratulations, buddy. I think you and Kelly seem to have a joint driver of the day at the minute. Oh, we can't hear him. We'll have to get it sorted. Smithy, go into your party settings, change party settings to always allow, and we'll get a chat with you in a moment. Kelly, second place, great double points tonight for yourself. You've got to be happy with that. It could have been a win, but that start straight was catching a lot of people out.
Oh, yeah, the last couple of laps, I think I was on the grass more than I was on the track. The puddles were horrendous, absolutely horrendous, and couldn't keep it in a straight line. So incredibly difficult. I know that BT was in the chat with me, in a party with me, and he was saying that his pit stop, they put slicks on the back, and he came out of the pits and crashed straight into somebody. He told me to apologise to whoever it was. So whoever it was that BT crashed into, he apologises. I think it might have been Fury.
Yeah, I think it was Fury. We seen you lose it down that straight on your own, and then a lap or two later, Nicky and Daniel, Francis and Argent all seemed to have the same problem you had, and all just seemed to come together with it. It didn't look like anybody's fault. Was it that bad on the start straight?
Yeah, it was literally that bad on the start straight. Nicky had a really good setup and was actually quicker than me, and he started to play rear gunner. He had a much quicker setup in the wet and could have gone on. Unfortunately, he got tied up with that with Daniel and Kieran. So yeah, that kind of ruined it a bit for him. But the main straight was even on half throttle. It was that the puddles would just catch you out and send you. I went off on the grass a couple of times.
You've cut the deficit to Fury now. That gap's down to 23 points.
Wow.
Halfway through the season, are you starting to look at the championship? Starting to get Liam to get on the phone to the airline and booking your plane ticket?
Book my ticket.
Yeah.
Book my ticket for Pro. No, I mean I still think Fury has got the edge over me, and there was a lot of guys missing tonight. So half distance, we've still got a long way to go. Let's just take it race by race.
Indeed, mega night tonight, Kelly. Well done. Congratulations to yourself.
Thank you.
Smithy, did you manage to get ours sorted?
I think so.
Right.
Done.
People in the chat, let us know if you can hear Smithy. Maze, if you go to your party settings as well, and
I've done it.
Yeah, you've done that, right. So we'll get a quick chat with Maze while we wait for the chat to see if they can hear Smithy, obviously with a delay. Maze, a first and a second. How was that second race in the wet for yourself?
It was awful. Really. I was going to do a P, and everybody started, and I found myself in the back with some damage, and I pitched just before the rain because I forgot completely about the rain.
Yeah.
But I managed to avoid the paddles in most of the laps. The first lap was very difficult because I didn't practice at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, the straight was really hideous. Really hideous.
What happened at the start with yourself? You just didn't seem to move off the line.
Yeah, I was gone for a P.
Ah, there we go then. Simple as that one. Simple as that one. Well, mega night tonight, buddy. A P1 and a P2. Congratulations.
Okay.
Cheers, buddy. And we have got Smithy now. People can hear Smithy. So, Smithy, mate, I'll let you take the floor and tell people how you feel on your first ever podium.
Well, it's all down to Rebecca was about 2 months ago, to be fair. Ever since then,
I've improved.
Mega Drive tonight, mate. As we said a little earlier, you wasn't the quickest out there, but you surely got the job done while others made the mistakes. Did you at one moment think you could have caught Kelly at the end when you seemed to start catching him as Kelly was having a few mistakes?
No, I get too nervous. My heart beats too much. Not good for your health being out in front feeling like that.
Craig, anything you want to add? I know you're good friends with Smithy.
Concentrate.
Anything you want to add?
Good podium.
I learnt from the best. Little leech.
You got my old car, mate. That's enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, solid
Most
night, Smithy.
enjoyable.
Well done to Smithy and Kelly tonight. Both taking their double points. Both really gaining a lot of points tonight. Smithy taking 22, so 44 overall tonight. KLF getting 35, so taking 60 points. 60, 70 points tonight. So good job from Kelly tonight, and really having a double points race. Exactly what he wanted. Liam, Craig, any final words from yourself?
Good racing tonight. Well done to all podium people.
Liam?
I just had one question for Smithy quickly, if you don't mind. Does one podium bring two?
No, but I can send you my autograph in the post.
Oh, brilliant. Liam, anything else?
No, no.
We're going to be
brilliant racing.
We're going to be back live tomorrow night, 8 PM BST with the pro lads. Little Leach might be praying for a bit of rain. Pick up some tips from KLF and Smithy on how to get down that start straight. We'll be back tomorrow. Sweet and Sticky. It'll be in your box tomorrow night. Back on the Thursday night. We'll be live as well on Friday for the start of the GTEs, where Maze Gamer will be back on the track for that one, as well as a few others that we've seen out there. I do believe Nikki and BT are out on track for that one as well, so join us tomorrow night for that, and Friday night for that one. There's nothing else happening on Friday. I don't think there's any football or England, Scotland. There's none of that, so make sure you're around on YouTube for the Simplay Motorsport GTE race. From all of us here though at Simplay Motorsport, thanks for tuning in, thanks for hitting that like button and subscribing if you have. Take care, we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.